Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. All right.
Cool.
Welcome to this podcast is Uncalled For.
What's uncalled for about it?
Well, you can't tell anybody this.
I'm listening.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
I didn't see the big deal about the human body.
I worship Cthulhu just for the free beer.
Yeah, and don't go to Sam's Club either.
But you didn't even give him a chance for a wild card spot.
What are we doing at Tijuana?
And he's like, what did you just say?
Well, the name of this podcast is Stuff Uncalled For?
This podcast is uncalled.
Podcast, all right.
Yeah, that was the most ridiculous ending to that game that I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up.
We're looking at each other in the eye. We're not going to say anything derogatory to the other person. And, of course, neither of us is drunk.
So I don't hear Pope Francis saying that he's a prophet, seer, and revelator.
What planet are these people on?
And the book, thank you, back from...
See, this is a disgrace.
How'd that happen?
And it's got Chick-fil-A.
Hey, we're getting somewhere.
And now, your host for this podcast, Mike Chernevsky.
Fuji!
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to part 2 of our Twilight Imperium playthrough. So, last time, the planet Mechatol Rex, right in the center of the board, was taken. When this happens in 4th edition, as we're playing, it triggers a new phase at the starts of every subsequent round, called the agenda phase, or the politics phase, if you will, in which we vote on rules that will affect the rest of the game. So without further ado, let's continue with the playthrough.
Thank you.
Strategy cards.
Yep. I think I'm gonna keep mine. Actually, you know what? I've already got a unit upgrade in 2 and 2 colors. No, I'm not gonna keep this.
Yeah.
I actually don't need tech anymore. That one. Probably the rest of the game. That's the nice thing about varying tech rounds 1 and 2. Really.
You have the 6, and that's kind of the big
You
deal.
pretty much the only way you're gonna need tech again is if 2 and 4 colors comes out, and then you could probably just take it once and you can get it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, yeah, I take it one time and get it.
Accurate.
Okay.
Accurate information.
Agenda phase.
Oh, wait. Everybody do the tokens?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah, we're ready for the agenda phase. Ready, planets?
Okie dokie dokio.
Everybody return the strategy cards back.
Yep.
Alright, everybody ready? Ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
let's hold
sure.
it.
Listo.
Executive sanctions. 4. Each player can have a maximum of 3 action cards in his hand. Against, each player discards 1 random action card from his hand.
Veto or political secret? Veto or political secret? Veto or political secret?
I'm fine, thank you.
Veto? Okay. Matthew, any riders, so after an agenda is revealed cards, riders, etc.?
None?
Pleasant, riders, etc.?
Yeah, I have a rare one.
So 4 limits everybody to 3 permanently. Against, everybody discards 1 at random. I am glad I got my 2 best action cards out of my hand.
Yeah, I'll play.
I would not be surprised if there's a new action card and a new agenda to destroy a relic.
Oh, sure.
I'll
That would
play
make sense.
an Imperial Rider on against.
Okay, no riders. Anybody can sabotage that as well, I guess. I'm not sabotaging it.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Any more riders? Okay, so I'm first to vote.
Mm-hmm.
How bad is it if we give Hakan a point here?
Pretty bad.
How many action cards does everyone have? I have 4.
I have
So I
4.
lose 1 either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you lose 0 if it goes 4, or you lose 1 if it goes against.
I have 4 too.
You have 4?
You won't care about the next agenda card.
You specifically.
Yeah.
Everybody else, who knows?
Probably no one else will.
6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I have 16. Just so the table knows.
And this is... The Imperial Rider, I would have actually gladly voted against on this, but with the Imperial Rider for Khan, I'm actually going to...
I mean, Khan loses 2 cards if he goes forward, which is rough.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 cards that I get to choose.
Right.
That's true.
Versus the other one's random.
Yeah, much safer.
I bought something that I'd like to keep.
You did buy something you'd like to keep.
Yes.
Was it Imperial Rider?
That would be hilarious.
I do believe you, Matthew. The issue is, I'm just like, even if this was the second agenda, I would possibly abstain, which I almost never do. I just literally don't see which way is better for me.
It's hard.
I feel like some... I'm just going to abstain.
Intriguing. I will vote 1-4.
So 4 limits everybody to 3 permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Against everyone discards a random card and he gets a point.
Okay. Yeah. 1 against.
So Matthew, barring like a...
you just get to break the tie. You don't have to catch it.
Well,
yeah.
There is that bribery card. So if he's got bribery, he could bribery for up to 8. So we do need to have you officially.
But then I get to pay anything for it?
For my point.
For a point?
And let's be clear: are you voting, or are you abstaining and going to attempting to go to
Well,
tiebreaker?
it depends on what Clinton says.
So it sounds like he's offering to.
I don't know if there's anything quite good.
Clinton, I will say this:
I will.
there's no one action card that's worth more than a point that you can't lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like situationally, that could be.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
that
it's the
if I
one
get
that...
my point. Oh,
Oh,
there.
wow, that was...
Take your pick.
Take your pick.
Okay. Good to see your cards at least. I'm gonna vote the way I wanted to on this one.
See what else I can offer.
Well, he may have wanted to vote against.
Yeah, we don't know.
I suspect you're doing this.
Oh, I have a question.
What's up?
If he has trade convoys, does that make him everybody's neighbor, thus he can pillage anybody?
No.
Not quite.
No, if you read the card, it clearly says that it doesn't make you neighbors. It
Oh, okay.
Clinton does this thing where he's very passive aggressively.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, he said
It's going
okay.
4. I
That's his
abstained
way of saying,
for
I'm
4.
not going to read the card, and I don't care to hear
So
what
everybody's
you
limited to
say.
3.
Unless, yeah.
And then I'm. So are you?
I abstain and 1
Okay.
4.
Okay, so
Decided
max
4.
3 cards.
What
That's
did
a
you
lot.
vote? Did you vote?
I
for?
vote 1-4, he did 1 against.
Okay.
He
And
abstained.
force him to
So you're
and then
breaking
tie,
it.
yeah.
tied for.
Okay.
If at some point you wanted to trade support for the throne, so
I will discard maneuver jets.
I will discard disable.
Right, get rid of
Already discard mine.
Disable
sorry.
reparations. Discard surrender.
Yeah, discards are by me. Yeah.
Disable reparations. What'd you discard, Matthew?
Maneuvering jets.
Me too. I might not have, but I showed that card and I've got another one anyway.
I think it's interesting that the diplomat, that particular one had a pretty lasting effect.
It's alright.
it doesn't mean that your support technically has a value now. Like you can sell it for something, which is interesting.
Oh, they just did a straight up exchange?
On the first agenda, so we can...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, hey, Mike, before we go to the second agenda, I would give you, read this card very carefully, and if you've got questions, I'm happy to answer those questions.
It's a card. It does things.
The words may are very critical and they're separate. I would, it's not a ton, but it's not nothing at all. I would give you that for your support if you want.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'll go up to 3. So I now have my con and soul support. Thank you, gentlemen, for your support. All right, second agenda.
Research Team Cybernetic. A light industrial planet. Attach this card to the planet card. When owner of this planet researches tech, he may exhaust this card to ignore 1 yellow prerequisite.
Veto or political secret?
No.
Veto or political secret?
No.
No.
Okay, writers?
We've
Writers?
actually removed these from the agenda deck.
That will happen in the okay.
Oh yeah. No, we just already preemptively did it.
Yeah, it's
fine.
They're duds. Like, I actually like having something in those spots because some of the agendas I think in the okay aren't going to be super powerful.
Sure.
There's going to be, I think, be a few safe ones, but they're going to like not be. You know what I mean? It's almost like they could have printed like 2 or 3 agendas where it just said blank agenda. This counts as an agenda, but nothing happens.
Yeah.
Okay, are you playing a writer? No writer, no writer, no writer. Okay, I'll go ahead and Clinton, you're first up, bud.
What color? What color skip?
It's a yellow skip
Yellow
on
skip.
a green planet.
Clinton, how many votes do you have, Clinton?
18.
Hey, Clinton, in the interest of continuing good relationships, would you put it on Prowl? You've already got your yellow skip.
Right.
Hold on.
It doesn't count as a tech prerequisite though.
It doesn't. It does not count for the objective.
That's
if it did, it would actually be quite worth fighting over.
Oh, almost certainly.
Especially with that objective out.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be, if we did that, so I can get something out of the deal too, would you be willing to give me your trade agreement for 2 commodities? That way I can offset some of my losses due to pillaging.
Yeah, I will guarantee you my trade agreement for 2 of your commodities. Yeah.
No. I meant, I throw my votes to here like you asked, and then I get your promissory note, your trade.
Oh, in exchange for the votes.
Right, and that's going to help me offset some of mine.
So here's what I'd be willing to do. That's a little steep. I could give you this if I get it. I would give you that if I get it.
Okay.
Well, I'll pay you if you vote Milo too.
Oh yeah.
What do you want for it?
Money
How many
on the table.
Look, he's got the mirror computing thing. And he's already got like 12 trade goods.
Yeah.
That makes him. That's like he gains like
And
resources.
I would pay you too, John, and you, Jonathan.
Do you have your super
What?
phone?
What do you
No,
want?
trade.
Where do you want it? You point, I will click.
I would just try to get enough votes.
Where do you
Anyone
want
that wants
it?
I would just put it right here. That
That's
way-
where you want it?
Yeah, Clinton, it would be right there. You could get it someday if you really want it.
Well, how about you give me your...
No.
I'm cheaper to buy.
They have like 30 something votes between them. I only have 9.
You have 9, and I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15.
Like, how many do you have?
How many votes?
Clinton,
6.
here. I'll give you this if I get it, but only if you
This
actually
is
goes through
brutal.
the next 5 seconds.
They're such a lame card.
He wants that yellow skip so bad.
Voted.
All of them for
All of
this?
them, yes.
Okay, I got all of Clinton's votes. My votes are still for sale to you.
Okay.
Theirs just went up significantly.
How much?
Make me an offer.
This is a good time to go piss.
Yeah, probably.
I would give you that anti-pillage card.
Oh, in exchange for all my votes on Tarman?
When's the last time I saw Barony with 3 trade goods? Now I'm like Rolodexing.
That's actually a very interesting offer.
Never mind. I saw Barony take 2 on the first turn once, so they got 3 trade goods. So
Automatic.
If you would also give Clinton a trade good, I'll do it. Because he only gets this if I get the card, so he's literally getting nothing out of his votes right now. So
One
that's
trade good.
yeah. I get the
Okay.
anti-pillage card, and
Okay.
Clinton gets a trade good,
Okay.
and I'll put my votes on Tarman.
Okay.
Done. And that does need to happen, obviously, when... Okay.
Does it
Question.
play in front of you automatically, or does it
Question.
show your hand?
I would. Do you want this?
I mean, we can talk. when I'm neighbors with him, then we can talk. If this is still happening, this may not be there by the time we get to that point.
Do you want this?
Oh, that's interesting. Not yet. Again, I don't need any of it now, but then again, now if
So
it's
then I don't have anything worth trading.
yeah, I think we're pretty good right now.
Which is unfortunate because now that I've said that out loud, you can buy my votes real cheap.
Yeah.
I would give you this to get your votes on Growl, but I bet he can beat that. But if I get all your votes on Growl, you get that.
Sure, that's fine.
Well,
Wait, no, it's fine. Wait, what's yeah?
He didn't say he's doing it. He just said
what's the price?
I mean, it's actually pretty inexpensive in the grander scheme of things. It's probably one of the least lucrative promissory notes, right up until it's not.
Right, exactly.
So,
Right
so
until,
what's
like,
the overall
season
situation? What do you want to happen here? So you
got 18 votes, right? And they all got cast on Growl.
So we've got 18 on Growl.
And I've got, and I've cast 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. I've cast 16 on Tarman.
16 on Tarman.
Yep.
So we're at 18 to 16, so it's actually still really close.
How many votes do you have?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 votes.
How many votes do you have?
6.
You guys have 14 between you?
We have 15 between us.
15 between you. So yeah, actually.
So I
you
can
are the decider.
guarantee it on Growl.
Yeah.
I could.
Clinton?
Or I could guarantee it on yours.
I got you a trade good.
In case things don't go well.
Because I said the deal was you get the trade agreement if it goes this way, but he paid me a significant bribe to vote for him, so I had him give me a trade good additional to everything he was going to pay me anyway.
How close to
you
mirror
don't get
competing
nothing
are you
out of
really?
your votes, no matter
This
what.
would let me get the first whatever.
The first yellow. So you're still a ways away
Salvage
from
operations.
So he gets. You don't have. You haven't researched any yellows yet, right?
Yeah, he's got a wait. He has
tools.
Sarwing,
Right.
so he's got a ways to go before he gets mirror
Oh,
computing.
very short ways. He's speaker, so literally he can get mirror computing.
I'm not
this
going to
round.
get mirror computing this round.
He could get it first turn this round with tech.
With Sarwing in a tech skip, yes.
Yeah, he could.
You'll probably take Imperium.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm not saying he would do it, but I'm just saying he is that close if he gets this game. So it's not worthless to him in tech.
No.
I mean, he's not going to pay like 7 trade goods for it.
Yeah, no, the question is what he played? 3.
You could ask him.
That's where my head's at right now. Is three trade goods, I think, buys all my votes.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, all votes on Tarman?
15 on Tarman.
All right.
Let's see here.
Oh.
That will seal the. That'll seal the deal.
Yeah. Mike, do you want
Mike,
to
you're
go quickly?
free to vote how you like it. What does that put it up to? So that puts it up to 31 for Charman?
Mm-hmm.
Because he can also vote for Charman as the problem.
Yes.
I'll actually pass on voting.
Okay, 9 votes for Tarman.
Sure. So it goes to 40.
40. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, Pig. That'll do it.
I've never seen a bribery so strong. So you got a trade good out of the deal?
Clinton got a trade good out of the deal? I got a promissory note.
Not
You
too
got
bad.
trade goods?
Yeah. Everybody got something?
Except Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows.
Mike got an excuse to attack Matthew because Matthew didn't pay him shit.
Accurate assessment.
We have each other's ceasefires, that's why we.
Ooh, look at your speaker.
Tech.
Hey, what?
I'll take Imperium.
What?
Okay.
It's actually plus $2. That's actually really good.
Right. I'm extremely tempted to take construction right now.
It's not wrong. It's just.
Well, I'm just looking at like right now, I just kind of want to hold on a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the Marquis de Cat at the start of Route.
Right.
Like I'm everywhere, but I'm way too thin.
Yeah. I think you're okay though. Marquis probably. It's fine.
I could take. Oh, flip your planets up, guys, if you didn't.
Yep.
Take leadership, trade, or politics. I don't think construction +2 is better than leadership, trade, or politics right now.
It is probably not. Unless you had a secret that was built 3 space docks.
Yeah.
That is like
or for BDS.
Or for BDS.
Oh shit, good point. Even still, it's like,
Just because you can't bank on people actually taking that.
Right.
Construction's just rough.
What was the new objective that we revealed?
It is 3 tech
specialties.
specialty planets.
Right. How many do you have?
He has 1.
I can't offer you.
He has 2. He has 2. Matthew could offer him 1 too.
I can't. Does not. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. We're still cool over here, right?
Yeah.
Like, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So, if you need assistance
I'm
doing something,
I'm purely playing defense at this point.
Holler
But,
at me.
yeah.
Matt, I have it on.
So executive sanction is in effect, right?
We are limited to 3 action cards,
Yeah.
which means
So
secondary
let's
politics.
let's
is
put that like over here, and like more.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
right below
smarter.
politics.
Yeah, something
Just
like
a friendly politic
Um,
reminder.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say
take the
politics,
plan
but
and
then
get
it's
my
like,
point.
oh.
But in exchange, I have to offer you. I assume I have to offer you a lot to make that happen.
Take leadership.
I don't have a direct way to get you a point in exchange for an even exchange, but what I can do is give you a lot of money. So if a objective does come up that allows you to simply buy your way to a point, like in spend influence or spend trade goods or something like that, that I can facilitate if that comes up. And given that there's 4 cards out there that can do that, there's a likelihood that maybe at least one of them will come up, possibly a stage 2. So it might be worth 1. It could be worth 1. It could be worth 2. 2 points to win. But it also gives you the flexibility to spend that money on something else. And the kind of money that I'm talking about is my trade agreement, which is worth 6, and then these, which is
If you
worth
could
9.
have any strategy card next round based on what you're seeing, are you thinking it would be tech?
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of in a position I would like to be in.
Right.
Things are a little rough over here.
Because
Right
you
now.
need to skip to use to get the mirror computer.
Next turn, too.
I'm thinking
I mean,
we
I would
could
give it to
probably
you
work
this
a
turn,
deal.
but I need it next turn, too, to get me computing.
Right.
Because I assume this, I don't know if this would be exhaustive if I retake
I'm thinking
it.
I take trade if you'll
Let's
take politics.
cut the ass. Like,
and I could give you refresh and wash.
I use-
because that's where 2 green skips is.
This is no.
Guarantee that I won't.
I don't need the
take
green
next
skip, I need
round.
the yellow skip.
Provided we
So,
don't
Yeah.
I do
time
take
to
one
tap.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
take
fine.
the planet.
I think that I can.
I take it back next
I'll
turn.
take the trade.
Sure.
But, is this...
Are you going to follow through on politics?
Yeah.
I think
Is this
it's
exhaustive?
it's a long stage.
But is it exhaustive when I retake it?
I'm taking leadership.
Because I just
All right.
come.
So we got a 3-bagger
it's
here.
exhausted.
And we kick these over to warfare and a blow.
Let me ask John, just because... John,
What's up?
if a planet's taken with this card on it...
That card does
0,
not
1.
exhaust
Okay.
from taking the planet.
It's exhausted if you use it.
But the planet's exhausted when you take it.
Correct. Yeah.
But the card can be used...
You guys haven't exactly figured out.
No, because in order to use the card, you have to be able
exhaust
to
the planet.
exhaust the planet.
No, wrong.
Or no, it does. It exhausts the card.
Yeah, it says exhaust this.
Yeah, just a
It's
card.
saying this card.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
They exhaust separately.
I'll do
So
it.
that
I'll do
planet
it.
exhausts for green skip and that.
Actually, I could use green skip too. So that's fine. I can do that.
So you could exhaust both of them for
All right,
green and
so-
yellow skip.
All right, so the plan
Yeah,
is,
that's nice.
All right.
I'll take that plan.
That's 0, 1, 5, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the planet. I'll pay you for it.
Well, I'm sad that Hakan is.
Or wait, no, you're gonna
done.
use. You're gonna play tech first. After you play tech, I'll take it, pay you for it, and then you can take it back at your leisure.
Okay.
Mike.
All right.
Mike.
Sorry, it's me. Apologies.
Right. Mike, hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Oh, hold on, Mike.
It's
Jonathan.
No, it's still-
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just. Yeah.
All right. That's how they're actual. Cheers.
Do you want to take care of the politics stuff now?
I would rather.
Conveniently, I have 2 garbage cards. So
I would actually rather
I can-
wait a turn. If you can wait a turn.
Oh, because you don't really. You have to at least trade. I can wait a turn. I can't wait 2.
You know, I feel like that's too expensive.
Well, let me see.
Depending on leadership situation.
It seems like a good
Does he
idea,
have
but I don't think it's going to work out.
Mike has
the way that
leadership.
Mike has
think
leadership.
it will.
That's fair.
So, I just won't go there.
Okay.
If you could wait one turn, I would appreciate it.
Okay, one turn's fine.
Here.
That would have serious
I'll tell you what.
repercussions if I did that.
Do you have 2 cards that are so bad that you want to discard them?
Yeah, pretty actively right now.
Like
He's got my ceasefire.
I mean, like drawing the 2, I won't be able to use these 2 cards before we get to that point.
So let me put it differently.
Sure.
If
This
you
game has gotten so serious.
stall politics one turn,
Okay.
but
Sure.
I want to say
only have to
this.
fight at one turn.
I would like to cut the.
Well, I'm going to get as many points from Mechathon as I can.
Those 2 cards have to be worth at least a trade.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
So cut 1 trade, get off of our deal.
Okay.
I'll keep
And
your
stop
flank
politics.
safe.
Yeah,
One
that's
turn,
totally
so I
fine.
do that first.
Totally fine.
So it'll just be a refresh and straight wash for the token.
Mm-hmm. This is purely a defensive play, so please do not assume this is anything aggressive.
Well, we'll see how the turn plays out. I may still do it.
Very defensively swinging in 4 fighters. Holy crap. That's a strong defense, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Okay, Mike.
I just don't want to
Now
lose.
it's my turn. All right.
I need Mirror really bad this round.
That's-
And it makes me sad. It actually makes me really sad.
You need mirror that badly.
Yeah.
You're on how many tech specialties? 1 so far.
I'm only on one, and I can't
Influence.
get to 3. So
Not easily.
yeah, the problem is I think just like I might be giving away too much this round, but I think I need the red tech skip to get a second unit tech, so I at least score a couple this round.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just so far behind.
Yeah.
In a 5-player game, I can't guarantee that people are taking Imperial. Although,
All right.
who knows?
John, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and repeal the executive sanctions.
Neat.
I'll do the discard next to the.
So we're no longer
yeah,
going to
it's-
put reaction cards now?
Correct.
Correct.
Speaking of which, just,
Hold on a minute.
yeah, things get weird now.
Hold on a minute. Before that goes through.
Why would you do that?
Well, because I like the idea of having everybody on an even playing field with less variables out in
Intriguing.
play.
Huh. Huh.
I'm just saying, remember there's 100, not 80 cards in the deck. It's harder to draw sabotage. If you want to waste your sabotage on it, it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's just let it go. We'll go.
Okay.
I pay it easy.
Well, welcome to everybody's action cards being back on the table. Yeah, those are happening.
Have you declined the sabotage, or you?
He has declined the sabotage, correct?
Yeah, I declined the
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was your turn, John?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're up to 7.
All right.
Awkward timing. For me, I don't know about
All
you.
right. Let's.
I don't super love Carrier 2, but I do have all my carriers.
Ooh, advanced carrier.
I mean, that's a
2.
thing, right?
I mean,
Racial tech.
This hurts so bad.
wow.
Is that brutal?
Ow.
God.
Oh, to get Cruiser 2?
Or PDS too. Like, I need a second unit upgrade.
Yeah. Alright, there's my 4.
Otherwise, I'm just not
Here's
getting
my token spent to follow tech. Here's my 4.
Yeah, I guess PDS
And
too.
here
Maybe I'll
is
get some
my
knowledge out of this guy.
Yellow skip.
I just don't plan on making another cruiser with hybrid crystal fighter too.
Quantum data data
Right.
node.
That's fine.
Cruiser 2 is.
It makes it so I'm guaranteed to be able to pick
It hurts so bad. The command token.
So the game where I
take
have
it
knowledge
back,
where I got
you
Cruiser
can't-
2
well,
before
not
I
back,
got
Unless
Crystal
someone
Fighter
gets
2.
back to a weapon or
I got
they drop
Cruiser
the
2
agenda
very
or
early.
destroys everything on Mechatel.
I mean, you can. It's
Maybe
not
like,
hard.
I think I got like round 2.
Sure.
And it was an 8-player game on a big map with some like 30 tiles mixed in to give extra tiles.
Yeah.
So like that extra space, the third movement is really handy.
Oh, sure. Makes sense.
I need to figure out what tech I'm getting. I think it's going to be we've got the 2-unit upgrade tech.
Alright, so that was tech. Is anybody else following tech?
2-unit.
I did.
I have.
Develop weaponry is
Did you?
a
Oh, you did too. Okay.
I'm going to. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Right. So I guess it's my turn.
I see the smoke coming out of the ears.
Yeah, the pain.
My turn?
Probably.
Yeah.
You followed tech, didn't you?
I'm following tech. I just haven't decided.
Okay.
I just haven't. If you need to see what tech I'm getting, then it's not your turn yet.
I see a secondary Imperium, please? Yeah. Okay.
It's infantry too. It's got to be infantry too. Infantry 2 is just too good. Do you know what I think, Jonathan, the most common mistake that enemy players make is?
What's up?
Do you know what I think the most common mistake enemy players make is?
What's that?
That they assume that your default tech path, for some reason, isn't still just blue-green.
Blue-green. Blue-green is absolutely, at least in this variation of the game, you can always,
my
blue-green,
turn, I'm gonna
fighter 2,
transit
carrier
dice.
2, infantry 2, is a fallback for almost every single faction.
Mintech might be the only faction where I'm like, okay, I actually don't think that's their default tech path. Like,
Even winning, you have some interesting techs if you can get Mechatol, but I still think blue-green.
if I'm marrying with like a red skip and a green influence slice,
sure,
that might push me into red.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm very red skip, Vortex 1 color secret objective, then I'm probably going straight down red. Probably skipping Majin, getting Uranium, 9 Euclidean, and assault.
Sure. I gotta step away for a second.
Yeah, sure.
An employee call in.
All good. We'll see you at 5. So where are we at?
Still going.
Oh, for your turn? Yeah. Nice. Oh, you did transitional that. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You don't have fleet logistics, do you? No. Okay.
What's your faction promissory?
Oh.
So happy to have literally the most capable employees I've ever worked with.
That's good. No, that's so good.
I don't mean that offensively to any of the other employees I've worked with, but it's just because it's also just they're all full timers and they're all trained and it's great.
You know an interesting grad actually with employees? If you're staffed
I would never use it when you
A-level
actually have the
employees,
strategy token.
like the overachiever types, they will go out of their way to get other overachiever types on board.
100%.
But if you end up staffed with the competent but not overachiever types, they will go out of their way to get incompetent employees to make themselves look good.
That's fair.
And it will actually, even though your employees right now are only slightly worse, it'll wind up destroying your organization because
that's a
you get full of because if you're somebody who's you still want to look like an overachiever, even if you're
100%.
just an achiever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the only way to look like an achiever if you're an overachiever is either you got to work harder, and or you're going to look bad. It's just like my dating profile. I have in my main picture, it's me, and sitting just behind me over my shoulder is a lady. It's at a doctor's office waiting room. She's obviously not feeling good. She's obviously bored.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably, she's a beautiful human being, but she's probably only average looking at best.
Sure.
And she's looking her absolute worst. But here's the point. In a dating profile, in your main picture, you want it to be clear which one you are, and you want to be the best looking person in the picture. So that's the lengths I had to go to be the best looking person in my picture.
Yeah, that's rough. Are we here?
Yeah.
The rules?
Yeah, so,
you could get the tech.
how do we do this? I can do, we're doing it's a refresh, wash, and a straight up, right?
Yep.
So why don't I give you my trade agreement for a trade good and your, and this is talking right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll
Right
if
after
you send my
the
trade
turns
agreement,
on me, crushes me, stops me.
Sure.
So you're going to wind up with...
I'm going to just leave it face up here.
Yeah, that's fine. You're going to wind up with 3 total trade goods out of this. That's what's going to happen.
Second place or third place, just like that. So.
And then
So
I
you gotta play
need
some
2
fantasy
extra
sets
cards first, though, right?
Yeah, if you want to give them off that deck.
You play for second, it'd be very easy to step on
That
first.
might matter because the law is no longer in effect, right?
Right. Are you drawing action cards?
No.
Are you drawing action cards?
Interesting.
He's thinking about it.
Those were.
What about agendas? You get 2 agendas.
He's got the agendas.
Yeah.
Have you gotten them yet? Oh, you got them.
Trade and
Your
then
dry action
politics. He's playing politics now. And
Yeah.
he's got leadership.
Leadership.
So cool. Yes, I'll take action cards.
Why? I didn't even know this card existed.
Isn't that fun?
Just.
Isn't it that bad? It's that bad, huh? So, what do I want to do?
I didn't even know this card existed. Oh, this is fun. It's just. They're both on top.
Both on top.
Whoa.
Neat.
All right.
I'll do the action cards.
Hey, you drew 2 action cards. I drew 2 action cards.
No way.
That's insane.
It's leadership time.
Oh, yeah. Please remind me.
Thanks.
So I get my 3. 1, 2, 3.
Get my 2. It sounds so bad.
Same way we all do, 1 leg at a time. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
That doesn't work.
So what's out? Imperial?
Sure.
Fleet.
Neat.
Tactic.
All right.
But then the barony fleets get very big.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are really spread out right now. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if other things hadn't been so friendly, he and I could punish you for it, but yeah, it's fine.
It's over.
Okay, who's next?
Not me.
Heavy John.
Let's see here.
Scooby Doo. Scooby Dooby 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 Doo. This side.
I think I figured out what bothers me about Clinton shaking his leg.
Yeah.
It's the exact sound I make when I'm masturbating.
Right? Okay. No, that's out there. We can't unhear that now.
No.
Hey,
It's on a podcast, too.
Yeah. That's
I
a
forgot
good
about that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
For the record, his name is John Winters.
My name is Clinton Jim Dunham. You're John Winters.
No, you're John.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see.
Sound effects are strong in this group.
I want to. There's so many things I want to do. How about I just
do a skip.
Yeah, can I just have a free so I'll skip like 3.
Where's that direct hit? Leave.
Infantry is nice.
Infantry. That's good.
And
Puts in work. It puts in work.
Alright, okay, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, that was rude. I thought it was quite polite. Consider it even. Situations where ceasefire does not work.
Correct. Neither does War for the Throne.
Oh, because I have no units.
You have no
Yeah,
units.
they actually both work, but just completely in my favor in both instances.
Right.
Right.
Alright, I'll take both planets.
Okay, hold on.
Are you gonna pilot?
Hold on.
Why don't you declare who's going to winner?
I'm declaring 2 to each planet.
Alright.
We're gonna probably the 1-2 industrial or the 0-3 cultural.
The 1-2 industrial.
Okay. So
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. The cultural. All part of the cultural ones.
Okay. Cool. Very good. All right, so I do need consent.
That actually works out quite well.
I do need consent.
Oh yeah. That actually works out quite well.
Well, here's the thing. With Imperial, you're potential to take a large point lead here.
Oh yeah, I know.
And that's the only thing I can actually do to get at you.
That's
It's
okay.
not much, but
No, it actually works out really good that you went there.
So guys, I'm just letting y'all know. That's pretty much the extent of what I can do to punch a con.
You actually just made it a lot worse. So, whose turn is it now?
Well, 5 up to 7. Okay, yeah, go right ahead.
No, could you not go there for just a moment? Please.
Oh.
Just give me a sec.
Matt,
How dare you?
we'll be neighbors if you go there. And if we're neighbors, because you went there, I'll give you a refresh and wash me with commodities.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do if you just ignore him. I will, so I'm going to get those 6 commodities when he plays trade. And so you will get my trade agreement per our original deal. And then you'll get the 6 commodities in addition to all of that if you just don't go there this turn. You can still go there, just not right now.
Oh, so like a double trade agreement?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's so confused.
Well, there you go.
I'll take your trade agreement right now.
Okay.
And then not pillage from him.
Not pillage from you out of niceness.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. You're supposed to pillage out of niceness.
Right. It's the only
what can I
really
say?
considerate thing.
Oh, you know what?
I don't see how I win.
I'll tell you what.
I do. Score points.
Scoring.
Instead of that, since I can trade action cards,
I'm a turn
give me
behind.
that back. I'll still give this to you. But what I'll do is I'll give you
My secret objective
this.
is horrible
You can
garbage.
play it as a small
Symbolic
action.
objectives
That
have
way
clearly
you
been
don't
very
have to
lucky
keep
for me
them
in the last
out
hour.
any
That'd be good.
tokens or
Yeah.
anything like that.
With the way
You just play it,
the
and
token
you can
and
just
the board and everything
wait.
played out.
Alright, that's the other thing I'm so excited about.
Give
Just
me the trade
more
agreement.
objectives in general. It's probably my favorite thing coming out of Prophecy of Kings.
So are you giving him the trade agreement right now too?
No.
Actually, you keep this. I'm just gonna go here.
Okay.
Oh, well, yes.
Well, here's the trade agreement.
We had to do that eventually anyway.
Alright.
Now it's my turn.
It's about to be. Go ahead. Alright. First off, give me back my score from the top. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you go down to
Up for
3.
sale again?
It is. It's very for sale. Okay.
Do you want to use your ceasefire?
Where have you activated this? So here's the thing. After an opponent activates a, I'm going to play Counterstroke. After a player activates a system that contains one or more of my command tokens, I return my token to my tactic pool.
Nice. Now, this might be worth sabotaging.
Or am I not? Are you going to sabotage that?
No.
Okay. You don't have the logistics, right?
Correct.
That would be brutal.
What's up?
I'm not necessarily interested in the other planet, and so if you want to hang on to it, that's fine.
What's going on?
I just like to win the fight.
Intriguing.
I gotcha.
That is a giant winky face over there.
You know, you get the command token back, and
Well then, I'll do this. Because that cost me a card to get my token back.
Oh, sure does. Does it cost you something?
Yes.
Really?
It cost me this card.
But you got a token.
It cost me a card to get a token back.
Sure. So it's a net zero.
So, because the infantry are in space, they just die. I don't get them back. All right. Gen synthesis.
I mean, you could run away and not die.
I could.
Run!
I could. I could be a total jerk. Why don't we do this?
Hey, I'll tell you what. How about this?
What's up?
How about this? Don't play that. If you want that command token back,
why do I not play this?
You absolutely play that. It doesn't work.
because you can save it for later.
It's a free command token.
It's hard to. It honestly is kind of hard to trigger that.
I'd rather just,
But
especially because people
but
know
so's that.
this. If you give me that, I won't play your ceasefire. How about that?
And you don't retreat. I get to actually win.
Oh, you win if you retreat. If you retreat.
You have a sabotage, right?
No, well, I'm considered to be winning the combat for the secret objective.
Yeah, I mean, unless he has a
You have sabotage if I played skilled retreat. So
Skilled retreat. That was the only
I'm
thing
not
that's
going to
skilled
waste
retreat.
my skilled retreat to try to draw your sabotage. So fine, I won't play skilled retreat.
Whatever way, I'm just showing you the cards that I have.
Right.
Whatever way that we can work this out in such a manner that I can get my point, and you can get.
Give me summit, and I don't play your ceasefire.
It seems fair.
Okay. I'll do that.
Boom. No ceasefire. All right, what are you sending?
Okay.
So
I didn't want him to go.
All makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Makes sense there.
And we're not necessarily interested in the plan. So.
Should bring in the fighters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neat.
Cool.
All right.
Boopity boop.
Yeah, I won't play a skilled retreat. Let's just roll.
Okay. So here is my 2 fighters.
No tickle.
Missed.
And here's my
You
cruiser.
got a cruiser? Missed.
The carrier.
Missed.
All right.
Your fighters and carrier can roll together if you want. Here's my carrier round 2. Missed.
Fighters and carrier. Missed. Right? Missed.
Yeah, that's what.
Cruiser on a 7.
Missed. Okay, round 3.
Oh, I guess you can
There they go.
Neat. Oh, you tried.
So I'm going to check this, but I think I don't get to roll those. I think they eroded that.
Because they're not destroyed.
I think they've eroded it to remove from play. It used to be the capacity thing was.
Is this going to the...
Yeah, I got a point.
Yeah. Okay. Marker, please. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Think of the wonderful war we could be having together.
So, if a player's unit is removed from a game board by a game effect, it's not treated as being destroyed, affects the trigger when a unit is destroyed or not triggered.
Yeah.
And I think that is capacity is considered to be a game effect.
That would make sense. You have convinced me.
Yeah, they are removed, not destroyed. Okay, cool.
Seems good.
All right.
So I did that. Got my point.
Up to
It's
0.
my turn.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Those are my cat sneezes.
Yep. I thought that was one of the Taco Bell versions.
No. Waka waka waka.
I think what that technically is it's my hiatal hernia that never quite healed fully.
Less than desirable.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll build at my home.
What's really less than desirable is when it's still active and it's like painful.
My
and
family
lots of
went out for a
reflux.
walk at the
It's rough,
park,
much better
and
nowadays.
their dog was having liver problems, and so he had to take a shit in the park, and he had to clean it up. And it was like the most runny, foul, nasty Dairy Queen coiled green.
I'm so happy you said that out
shit
loud.
you've ever seen, right?
Can I get another free fighter?
While he's taking a dump and it's coming out of him, I leaned over my dad. I said, "What the hell did you feed him? Taco Bell?" My dad was couldn't stop.
So I actually had a
laughing for 5
leftover
minutes.
$1.
Yeah,
So I do it that way.
Oh yeah, he was
destroying
gagging and coughing and just the whole time.
It's actually just.
He's like looking at my dog, looking at me, man. It's your dog. All he had was a baggie that he brought, but he was anticipating solids.
Yeah.
So he was trying to, like, I had a big gulp. I was like, here you go.
That's an assist. The wet ones are the
So I
worst
could
on
go
a
to
walk.
Dreadnought instead.
It was nasty. For that, you just bring a bowl of cat litter, or a cup of cat litter, like a 13 ounce, and you just fucking dump it on there and just leave it.
Alright.
Neat.
Thanks,
in my system. 4, 7,
Take the dogs on walks.
8.
I mean, like the carriers actually.
You ever notice
also
that?
really
They
good.
leave the bag in the park?
It's carriers
In
only
the
good.
park
can
or in your neighborhood.
spend
like,
another
the person you walk down,
3
driving,
on
like,
that.
hey, have someone left the dog poop in the bag on my driveway?
Oh, they're picking up.
That is
new
a
dogs?
series of words.
No.
They're home.
They're taking the dog out of
That's
walk.
weird.
The dog poops. They bag it. They leave the bag. They don't take the bag.
Cruiser.
That's weird.
And then destroy. Alright.
I assume that's their way of like passive aggressively, like being like, we don't like having to bag our dog poop. Is it one of those parts where they're required to bag it?
Neighborhood. Just in the neighborhood. Walking around in the neighborhood. People do that.
Is that required in your neighborhood? Like, do you have an X-ray or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
They bagged it. They just didn't take it with them.
Weird.
Yeah.
That seems worse.
I think so. Because then it just is about plastic, and if it ever pops.
Is it a biodegradable plastic?
Probably not.
Yeah, if it's not biodegradable, that's definitely worse. Because at least
Excuse
the
me.
content's worth.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
It's your turn.
I believe it is your turn.
Mike went. You were 0, not 3. Yeah.
Yes, in spite of my best efforts.
That explains it.
Here.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. It's my ACOC HD.
Makes sense.
This is like such good stuff. I'll sum it and get to commando against. Oh wait. That worked out.
That worked out tremendously in your favor.
I got a planet and 3 command tokens.
Kind of obscene, actually.
Swing.
Kind of ridiculous.
3, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5. That's 12.
Building with barony. Neat.
I think we're not neighbors, right? No. I'll gain 3 trade goods.
Yes.
And then, so however we work this out, I'm gonna let's go in order first. I'm gonna gain 2 commodities. So if you wanna play my trade agreement,
yeah,
we can do that for starters.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's one of the. So that's this one.
Yeah, because
I owe
part
you
of our
4
deal
now.
is I'm
That's
giving
correct.
all
So
this.
that's 1, 2 of the 4. I owe
And
you
that's
2,
part of our
right?
deal. So you take these first,
Okay.
and then the next
So
time
I
Drake
owe
gets
you
played,
2?
you get the other
Yep.
6.
Okay, that makes sense.
Including your refresh, though.
Yep.
Okay. So
I have. Oh, never mind.
But remember, if you have any phase
I can
2s,
give you
come
2
out
for
and
your
just
trade
buy your
agreement, and
2
that
points.
works out, right?
This allows you to have that. That was the exchange.
Because
so
you're
that you
getting
get
your
1 out of that.
4 total that way. That's the right math. Promise. Right?
I think so.
Well, so I'm giving you, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them, and there's the other 2.
Sure.
All right.
I'm at the final number I should be at.
Yep. I'm about to play that in a second. Does Mike still owe you trade goods?
I waived his one.
Okay.
He's even.
How many do you say you have? 6? Have you already got the 6? Okay. And you have his trade agreement, right? Right now. Mike.
My turn.
Not yet. I wanted to talk to you for a second.
Alright.
So I have my support for the throne.
Uh-huh.
We're not neighbors right now.
Right.
What I was thinking, I would give you a replenish on your commodities right now. And then during the agenda phase, I would be willing to give you 2 trade goods and my support for the throne for the 4 commodities you'll have plus your trade agreement.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't trade anything now. But yeah, I will set 2 trade goods and support for the throne aside for you.
Yep.
And if you set your trade agreement and 4 commodities aside for me. So, Matthew, I'm not sure what deal we can make, buddy. A 1-1 is a bad deal for me because you're getting mirror computing soon, right?
Yeah.
What tech did you get this round?
Magian and salvage operations.
Yeah, a 1-1 is a bad deal for me. I would be willing to replenish you if you'll give me your political secret when you can.
That's okay.
Is that a yes or no? Okay. So you have to refresh. You have to refresh. You have to refresh. I'll play your trade agreement and get your 3. And just hang on to your 4 commodities, please, Mike. Oh, you got them there. Cool. That's great. So there's the 3 there and the 2 on the side. And are you playing his trade agreement right now? Clinton, do you want to get those washed out, or do you have a plan with those?
I have a plan with those.
Well, I love that. And that's the end of my turn.
Plan.
Okay, 5, my turn.
Yep.
Plan. Commodities, can I?
Yeah, once I take the planet.
Oh, okay. Gonna build.
Build. Yeah. Worthy of more doors.
Alright, I'll go here.
That's probably a mistake. You do a really good job of looking weak.
That's natural.
It's not you, John, actually.
Have you watched?
Here's that. I need tar.
Any Shut Up and Sit Down?
Just this one.
Have you seen their review of War of the Ring?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it.
The where they're role playing as Sauron and
Yeah.
Saruman. Build an army and send it east. My lord, what do you want me to build? Ooh, the ring. It's so pretty.
Right.
My lord, what? The ring. It's east. Send it east. So my question is, how does Saruman not find out what the plan with the ring is before they figure out before they catch him being a bad guy? Because
that's what you get hung up on in that. All right, okay, no, that's fine.
If I remember the books and movies clearly enough, like they're at Rivendell and they still don't know Saruman's a bad guy. That's my understanding.
100%.
Like so. They don't explain this, but maybe like Elrond and Gandalf secretly suspect him already.
Oh, almost certainly. Gandalf does, right? Like, little sketch.
Yeah, no.
Right, like 50, 100 years ago, Saruman was legit, but it's like, yeah, I think he's been wavering for a few decades.
At the end of my turn, I know
I think we're Saruman get it was like 2 decades.
What's
before
that?
it's like,
Unless you have a surplus of trade goods over there.
I do.
Would you
Sounds
want
like
to
the
buy
same
it?
logic to how. Sounds like the same logic of how
Of
the Jedi
course.
did not know that Palpatine was a Sith.
Because he's going to kill as one of mine, so I need to offset that.
6, 7,
Spoilers
8,
for anyone who
8 cards.
hasn't seen the Star Wars prequels.
it's been
If
15
you
years,
want,
I
if you
think.
have-
Yeah.
If those action
Yeah.
cards you don't want to get rid of any of those,
You never know,
I
though.
can hold on to one of them for you. Act like a banker.
I mean, that's
Don't spoil the
Mike,
last.
are you a,
I'll even set it aside and I
I
won't
haven't
look at
seen
it.
it.
You just take it back.
are you a
and
big
go
Star
use
Wars fan, Mike?
That's right. On your turn.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yes
you give
and
it back
no.
to me now. that way you
More of
don't
a
have to
Trekkie
lose the
than a
card.
Star Wars fan. So.
It's interesting.
I have not seen episodes
I've done that
7
before.
or 9.
I thought
I
I've
have no
actually
intention
brokered as a
to.
banker and then made money.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting.
Did you see Rogue One?
I have not.
It's the best.
Of all the
It's the
Star Wars
best Star
movies that
Wars.
come out in about the last 5 years,
Mhm.
I think Rogue One is by far the best.
At
And I
this
would
stage of the game,
recommend
that's going to find a
anybody
cheese
who likes
piece.
the original
Yeah.
series, watch Rogue One.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation.
Okay.
4?
They
Because
recreate.
you're going to lose one.
Yeah, at the start of episode 4, when Vader and the Empire is boarding the ship Leia is supposed to be on,
Right.
they recreate that in Rogue One in HD faithfully. It's awesome.
Like I said, if you're going to lose a card and because
It's
of max
basically
hand,
the opening crawl
you don't want to lose
from
one,
the
just pick
original
one, and
Star
I'll
Wars
just
as a
be a
movie.
broker and hold on to it. You can grab
Yeah.
it back as soon as you need it.
That's the
Yeah.
best thing Disney ever did. So did you go?
You know what? I
did you
think
go,
I-
Jonathan?
No, it's we're still on his
Oh, okay.
at the end of his turn.
Yeah.
I mean, are you set up to fight him at all?
No. But why would I? I mean, I
Right, that's the issue.
I am. If you want to start something,
Okay.
It's just.
I was going to start.
So here's the meta. Here's where the meta comes in. If I get ahead enough on points, he's going to be forced to attack me, which makes it easier to attack than you guys.
No, 100%. He's doing one hell of a build this round. He's going to have 1 million things.
So
Right.
That's fine. if you would be so kind as to.
Oh.
I'm dropping everything.
You have his ceasefire?
Can you?
I have John's ceasefire.
Yeah.
And does he have yours?
Not yet.
None. Yes, he still does.
Yeah, he still has.
Here you go.
Okay.
No, I don't have his. I don't have John's ceasefire now. Do I?
It's fine if you could hang on to that card.
Oh, I
for
do
me.
have a ceasefire.
You're welcome to look at it if you want to. I don't really care.
But he's. Is he still mine? I don't remember. All right, so I did a trade deal. I assume you're going to pillage one of them. This is why I got.
That was kind of the intention. I think we all wanted to benefit from that.
Oh, and I now look at that. I set this aside.
You can look at it if you want to.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of interesting.
That is sitting right here.
Yeah, it's fine. Just remember it against your max hand size. I bought an action card from him and also gave him an additional action card to hang on to me for later.
You have 7 in hand?
Well, I have 5. And if I don't spend any of them at the end of the round, I go up to 7. So.
How many do you have in hand?
Oh god, I just remembered.
3? What's up?
The agendas that are on top of that.
Uh-oh.
I should have been taking actions with that into consideration, but no, of course not. Why would I do that? Doesn't sound like me at all.
Where are we at?
I believe it is my turn now. Which.
So what did you do on your turn?
Took that plan, right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
What did you do right before that?
I built.
He built stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, looks like it's
Okay. I am not going to murder your dreadnought.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna pass. That's fine.
I'm going past you.
I wanted to murder your dreadnought really bad.
That would be fun.
Like, I just don't think I would get punished for
I
it.
just needed to turn to this experimental battle station. What's that loud?
Yeah.
I don't have an experimental battle station.
What experimental battle station are you talking about?
I don't know. I promise I don't have
Could be anybody's experimental battle station.
Could be
a lot of
in contracts or
experimenting going
something.
around
Yeah.
here. Yeah, because you're making one hell of a move this round.
I'm thinking about it.
It's pretty monstrous.
I should know what else to do with my monies.
Barony has a lot of it.
2, 6, 7, 8. It's my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
8, 4. Gosh, I got infantry 2 and fighter 2. It's almost like I should build a couple of each of those.
Get him spinning pretty goods.
Thinking about spending 1.
God, you can build so much. It's insane. Isn't it fun? Tell me what it's like.
Y'all don't know what it's like.
Gotta start taking some planets, Jonathan.
I think yes.
Oh yeah,
I have my objective picked out for this round. We'll talk. We'll talk about the next one.
You actually make an excellent point about my dreadnought.
You might pull it back to your home system. I don't
Nah.
know. It's fine. You're just hanging it out there in the wind, and
Yeah.
there is at least a 60-40 shot I was going to try to kill it this round. It's just I leaned on the 40%.
I like that.
I saved a command token instead. You see, this is worth 3 resources to me. That's worth 4 or 5. 5 resources to you. So.
Yeah, that's a
Fair.
good point. It's reasonable.
Yeah. It's like I gave you $2. $1.50. I gave you $1.50.
I gotta say, you are just such a gentleman.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this maths here. Activate FIBA. Gravity drive here.
Whoosh.
Bring 2 infantry.
As long as it's not too soon, I think you're good.
Right, so currently we're at 2 fleet supply.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That brings us up to temporarily 4 fleet supply.
Sort of.
You're moving stuff, John? Or
Yeah, while I'm in capacity, I'm at 4 fleet supply.
This is true. In transit, you
And
were
then
at
I
4.
land. Alright, that's my turn.
Neat. Now I'm less tempted. Thank you.
Matthew.
That was very pleasant.
I am a gentleman like that. What can I say?
Play unexpected action.
Whoa!
It was quite wow. Those can go a lot of places. That gets quite exciting, actually.
Do I need to worry about that?
I'm so happy.
Everybody needs to worry about it except Mike.
Clinton, your turn.
Shaking it.
What are you holding off on a bureau for?
So I can get the tech plan.
Oh, 3 tech planets. So,
That's smart.
I wonder what you're thinking about doing right now. Oh, 2 points?
Yeah.
All right. So step 1, Hakan goes up 1.
Here's another
from
marker
three
for-
from
It's a,
three tech
it's a
planets.
public objective, yeah.
Here's another
Hold on,
marker
I'm getting a
for
secret.
the
Mike.
Imperial.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, let's go over
Imperial
the secrets.
goes up.
Actually, we don't have to, right? Everybody's only got one.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm drawing one.
I'm drawing one.
Are you drawing one?
I am absolutely trying
Two.
to.
Okay, so we'll just deal them out in order. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody's got this one. We're good.
Back to John. Yes, back to John.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, because they passed.
Can I see that card you had hold for me?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to read some of the text real quick. I'm not 100% familiar with it.
All right, we'll go here.
Okay, cool.
Bring a carrier. Bring 2 infantry. And then let's do some maths here. It's I'm at 1, 2 fleet supply, and I'm at 2 fleet supply and 3 out of 4 capacity. So that would be 4 out of 4 capacity, 3 fleet supply. Boom. All right. Oh, you know what? I did that math wrong. I actually did the math wrong doubly. I could have brought another fighter there. But I checked my math because I thought I was one short what I could bring.
Sure.
That's funny. Yeah, I could have brought, like, one fighter. But that does it because it's 3 fleet supply, so it's 4 capacity, 3 fleet supply. Yep, that's it right there. All right. All right, somebody else's turn.
Yep.
I figured that's where you're going. Why do you think I
Excellent.
built it up?
Oh, well.
Before you do that,
Really?
I'd be willing to
Oh, so you a card that makes it better?
sell you a card for 3 trade goods, provided you don't pillage one of them back.
3 trade goods?
Yeah.
That's all just resources.
Counting with Mintech, 3 trade goods.
Yeah. Provided, of course, you don't pillage me on this, then it's probably fine.
Okay. Hopefully it works out.
Well, that's exciting.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Finally, is this the first combat rule of the game?
There was one over here.
Oh, sure.
This is real combat, though.
There was actually like 60 combat rolls. It was just a bunch of pool noodles swinging at each other. This is
hold
real.
on. Go ahead.
Okay, ambush. Only 2 die. They hit on a 6.
Yeah.
1 hit.
Bang. That's about what you would expect.
That will be a carrot. It's dead. Munitions reserves. Anti-fighter barrage. Reroll. Got a fighter.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss him. So
Okay.
now we're at the start of the first round of combat?
Yep, this is part of the first round of combat.
Oh, fighter barrage is part of the first
declaring
round.
retreat?
I'm gonna.
Alright.
3 on a 6.
Yep.
2 hits.
Okay. 3 on an 8. 2 rerolls. That's not the roll. I didn't look at it. 2 and so I'm gonna roll 2 on a 9. I can score most 1 hit here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so 3 hits, and then you play shields holding.
Shields holding.
Is that what you just told him?
Yep.
Sure. All right, you got 2 hits, right?
Yes.
All right.
So funny.
So peel off a cruiser, and I'll peel off a fighter and a destroyer.
Investment.
Yep.
So intense.
Hang on a second.
Hang on a
Mike?
second.
Yeah.
Hang on a
Mike,
second.
let me ask you a question real quick, buddy.
Alright.
Can we modify our deal? And instead of 2 trade goods, I give you a trade good in my trade agreement? Okay, cool. I'll do munitions reserves round 2.
Okay.
Good lord.
All right.
So 2 on a 6.
2 on a 6.
You have 1 fighter?
2
I have
fighters.
2 fighters
Oh, 2
on an
fighters.
8 with a reroll
With a
for each
reroll.
one. Yep.
Okay. 2 hits.
Yeah, 2 fighters. 2 rerolls. Missed all the way. All right. Which planet are you landing 2 guys on?
No, you can land 1 on each, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Good.
generally speaking, that's
You gain a
less
trade good, right?
stellar.
That's right, John. And I am going to
Oh, you can
play
Salvage ops.
salvage ops.
salvage ops.
So you get a trade good, and then you can build something that was destroyed.
So I will build.
Like you build out a cruiser?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever you
Or a
So
carrier or a
cruiser
destroyer.
There's a carrier. I'll
Cruiser
build a
carrier
destroyer.
destroyer fighter.
Destroyer's fine. If you have Star
And
Wing.
it does cost.
It does cost.
It does cost you $1, yeah.
It is not Star Wingable.
That's how much is pretty cool.
It's
I've never had the
Where are you
opportunity
guys
to use it, but it's pretty
We'll
cool.
land on this one.
The 3-1.
2 on the 3-1.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I got 2 on an 8.
All right.
I mean, who isn't on an A, right?
Exactly.
1 hit.
1 on a 7. And gentle emphasis. He'll come back.
Alright, whatever that planet is, John.
Jobat.
Dang it. That
Your
was
space
fun.
dog
I
is
guess
trying to pull SAR.
I guess I should
I
have
actually
committed more
didn't-
fighters to space.
I did not actually see that
You
coming.
know what's funny?
I did. That's why I
What
did
else I
that.
have?
Oh, I thought you were just reinforcing for next round, so to discourage it, but it's fine.
Right.
I was reinforcing because I fully expected him to do that if I didn't reinforce.
Oh, sure, and then you were really going to just get walloped. That's fair.
Right.
So,
I was a little surprised he did it with it not being for a point, but maybe he's got a
secret.
4, yeah, like a 4 hazards planet, but he doesn't have 4 hazards planets, so I don't know how that would
No,
work.
yeah. It's fair.
Just moving around the board.
All right.
Making things known. Actually, that is a brutal thing to try and attack, oddly enough, without sustain or... I guess you can take the fighters. Losing fighters to ambush is, like, scarier for me than it is for you guys. My fighters.
So, it's just you and I right now, John? Or
I'm
no,
trying
Clinton, you're
to. I'm
next.
trying to figure out what just happened. Okay, so that was attack.
Apologies.
That was leadership.
So is he
That
working
was-
right now? I don't think he is. He's not working right now, is he? He took the day off.
The general manager is always working.
Oh, that's right.
4, 4, 1, and so so back to me.
Clinton, what about...
Oh, Clinton's turn.
Oh,
Clear
no,
pass.
it's my turn. I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do here, I guess. Yeah. Well, yeah, options. Wait.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have to active.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Interesting.
I'll activate my home system.
Cheer.
4, 4, 1, sorry. I don't want to bring a fighter in. I might. Fighter. Oh, at the start of my turn, I do get this guy back on Rotera.
He lives. I've seen things, man. Bunch of dudes with peg legs and eye patches. They came out of nowhere.
I'll bring this carrier over, but not the fighter. Then I'll leave the fighter out. That's it. And then 2 infantry here. 2 fighters in space. That's on the planets.
Okie diddly dokio.
All right, back to Matthew.
What's your
Pass.
neat? I'll check for my cards. Those are my cards.
Glenton has passed it by to me. Mike.
One of my cards is at your house.
I'm trying to think.
If for some reason you get over your hand limit and need to discard it, I'm not going to be like completely destroyed. It's really fine.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the agenda phase on that.
Okay.
Where'd all your tokens go in? Hey, you're getting 3.
I spent them.
That's a number.
I just spent them all. I want to make sure we arrange this so we can do it all in one transaction, so he minimizes his pillage opportunities. So I think what we can do
I mean,
is...
conveniently right now you have barely any trade goods.
Right. I think what we can do is we'll do the math on it, but we'll maybe keep a trade good or something.
You're doing that. Good job.
We'll figure
Well, I can't pillage from him right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I pass.
Alright.
Alright, now let's go.
Scarring?
Scarring objectives.
I have 2 unit techs, which was this one, correct? Yes. Go me. How exciting. I got to 3 this game, guys.
Alright.
Oh, are you at this many?
I'm counting with Mintech.
Alright.
3 triggers.
So I can do 2 technologies, 2 colors each.
Excellent.
And I can score my private.
Which is, personal.
What is that one?
It is have 1 or more ships in a system contains an alpha wormhole.
Oh, and a beta.
And 1 or 2 in a system with a beta wormhole.
Hey, congratulations, dude.
So there we go.
Okay.
Very nice.
So, me for scoring?
I honestly did not plan that. It just
No, it's fine. The map definitely arranged itself pretty well for you. So
yeah.
But that's okay.
1, 2, 3 technology specialty credits.
Rude. Excellent. So the red symbol goes up to 4. And are you scoring any secrets?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
Nothing.
2 techs and 2 colors.
2 techs and 2 colors.
Alright.
Mintac goes up 1.
Yep.
Coming to hang out with the
Are you
3.
scoring a secret?
No secrets.
Quincy. Nothing else for Quincy? Reveal the top public.
Top public is spend 8 of influence.
There you go. Paid off.
Yes.
All right.
Winning.
Draw action cards. 2 here.
So many action cards. Thank you. I
Mike, you're
appreciate
getting 2.
Yeah.
2 from me. 1 here and 2 here.
it. I mean, I get it, but good lord.
Okay. Does anybody need to discard action cards? Does anybody have 7?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you, Hakan.
Remove tokens from the board.
It's very polite of you. Did I only put 2 tokens down? Yeah, sounds like me. It's a thing I would do.
Can we redistribute tokens?
All right.
Interesting.
All right. Okay. So that's. That goes there. That goes there.
Oh, John.
And Mr. Speaker, can we get your strategy card back in?
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe he wants to hang on to trade.
Of course. I don't know how to trade. Trade's horrible. Get rid of that shit.
Trade's pretty bad right now.
I mean, spend 8 influence, but have some better. Alright, let's see here. Everybody ready for the agenda phase?
Oh, sure.
Alright. That's me. I get to flip up the first agenda.
Can I play a card real quick?
Sure.
Insider info. Look at the top card.
Wait, it's this.
Oh,
What does it say?
Look at the after an agenda is revealed.
After it's revealed, yeah. So,
So he
now
gets
you look
to-
at the second
you get to
agenda.
know the second agenda.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun one.
Alright.
Or is it?
Shared research law.
Yep.
4. Each player's units may move through nebulae. Against, each player places a command token from his reinforcements in his home system if able. No veto. Veto political secrets?
No, I'm quite fine. Thank you, though.
Veto political. Mike?
Nope.
Matthew?
Check my hand. That's my hand. Sounds great.
Are you done looking at it?
This one's very
there's a lot, yeah.
Go.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Oh. I haven't seen that one in several games. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
It might.
Oh.
No, it might
That's
not
an
be.
excellent card.
It's really weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, like... Yeah.
Veto or political secrets?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. No riders.
I'm quite fine.
Riders.
No riders, no.
First to vote.
Me. And it's, we either activate our home system or we can move through nebulas.
Nebula, yeah.
I will abstain.
I will abstain too.
Matthew? Oh, I'm going to flip all my planets up like a quick road.
Neat.
It's funny it says nebulae because there's only one nebula in play.
I'll vote 2, 4.
Ooh. I like that. Oh, that makes sense.
My turn?
Yep.
Who played politics last?
You did.
He
I played politics.
You played
He is
politics.
the speaker. Sorry. Why? Do you want some information?
Do you have a preference for which way you want it to go?
It looks at you. No one else.
Not enough to pay.
Touche.
And what's the vote count?
2-0. 2-4 to 0 against.
3 votes against.
That's resources.
That'll lock down. Oh, that'll lock down everybody's home system, right?
3 votes against.
Yeah, against will lock it down to everybody's home
All right.
system.
There's the vote to lock it down. There's 3 votes to lock down.
That's great. I like that.
Mike.
A lot.
So those are technically commodities, and this is relevant for pillage
Right.
purposes. So let's figure out how we can reduce this and minimize any pillaging on us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this was supposed to, the official deal is supposed to be support for the throne and 2 trade goods, which I'm going to put this out here. That's not a trade good I have, but it's just a phantom one for calculation purposes. So if we could do this, which we can't because I don't have the trade
Mike,
good,
play this while you're working that out.
then I would get pillaged.
I'll be your
if we
flying
get
wall.
pillaged. If we took off 2 trade goods and took off 2 commodities, then what would happen? Neither one of us could get pillaged, I think. No, I would still have a trade good there.
You have to end with 3.
Which I would actually want to be doing in that certain circumstance. So that actually wouldn't work exactly. So let me think. And if I gave you 1 and got 3, I'd get hit again.
Well, you still have my racial.
But it's not in play yet.
Yeah, it's an action to put it in play.
Oh,
So
right.
he can't put it in
play
play
it.
yet.
Oh wow.
He was hanging on to it till he gets value out of it. Somehow you and I are still not neighbors. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Just.
Is your political secret for sale?
Always? Sure?
Okay.
Oh, that's rough. I know the next agenda. Don't use it on the next agenda.
Good enough.
There's only one trade good?
Yeah, 1 trade good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he can't use it on the next agenda.
Yeah, that's the deal. That's fine. So how about we just do support for the trade agreement and 2 commodities?
Generally speaking,
and then
I would
you
treat
can do
political
whatever you like
secrets
with your other 2 commodities, but that prevents us both from getting pillaged.
All right.
But we can talk, like, if you want to discuss
So you've got 2 grays on your big sheet.
Yeah.
It's
But you
gonna
get
be
a
fun
point.
because look what's about to happen. I think.
I know. It's great.
Okay.
So what's going down? A
So,
thing happened, right?
Mike, you want to know a secret?
Objective?
If I forgot to mention this because you added a writer on after you read. I want to add a writer on after I read. You need to watch Mike's 2 commodities for him. If I'm not playing this in the next agenda, I forgot to mention that part.
That's fine.
Okay, so Mike, you can flip those up to trade goods. There you go.
Well played.
So we all got what we wanted.
Sure did. I think.
All right.
I'm
So
still losing.
So currently this is going against, right?
Yes, it is currently 1 vote against.
All right, against passes.
All right.
Neat. From your reinforcements to your home system, ladies and gents.
Yeah. Clemson, the against has it.
Okay.
Unless anybody has
wait,
a card that
no.
has votes, but
Are you playing Bribery 4, I guess?
No.
Okay, yeah. So the against doesn't.
Walk it down, right?
Yeah. Bribery has a small errata
yeah.
in which you can only bribery, and it makes perfect sense rules-wise, but conceptually, as like a flavor-wise, it makes no sense.
No.
Corrupt officials have too much integrity to accept a bribe unless it's in favor of the person who's secretly bribing them under the table.
Right.
That makes no sense. Like, Necrovirus, your money doesn't spend here.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I've actually never had this one.
Elect non-home planet other than Mechatol Rex. Destroy each unit on the elected planet.
On the elected planet,
Yep.
mind you, not the space zone.
Yep. Then, the player who controls that planet chooses one player with the fewest victory points. That player may place one infantry from his reinforcements on the elected planet. No vetoes here.
No veto.
Veto, veto, Clinton veto. No writers.
No right.
No. All right.
You might take a second to read this one. You gonna flash me your whole number?
Yeah, I was going to.
It's very polite of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This card. This card, man. I like this card. Mostly because I don't know what's going to happen.
You get to vote first. What do you think?
I do. I don't know.
So you retain ownership of the planet? No, you couldn't.
No, because they put an infantry there.
So it swaps
It swaps the planet with somebody below us. The problem is...
If it's Nalu or Mentex, if it's Nalu or Mentex planet,
they could potentially just get it back.
They can keep it.
That's less interesting, though.
Yeah, it is, but you get a free infantry on VFIT or RNM. If you vote for one of your empty planets, and then some people cast votes against one of my planets, for example, I would be inclined to toss my votes on your planet too.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm quite aware of that.
That makes sense.
I'm just trying to think of if there's a way I can garner this to get a planet with a tech specialty on it somewhere.
I have to. So if it's my planet, I have to.
I'd be willing to vote for Meharzul,
which is.
Which one's Meharzul?
Jonathan or myself?
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
He gets
Well, yeah, that will work. That will work.
I'd be willing to rent you Grawl.
Rent me Grawl?
Yeah, if it wound up on Grawl, I would want some payment for it.
Doesn't score me the objective.
You only need one more then, right? I thought you were wanting a tech specialty.
I need to get to actually go the distance. Realistically, the one I would want to rent is the green skip, because I don't have hyper yet.
I was thinking about getting X89.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Oh, that's rude.
Alright. I mean, I could, but it would be a higher fee. Let's put it that way.
Intriguing.
The new X89 is good when you have, like, dreadnoughts and stuff.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I'm not going to mind if either one of us gets that, though. It's kind of a win-win situation. Mintac, since it's going to be me or you, I mean, like, do you have...
Yes. This would be the easiest thing in the world to get this one.
Because Clinton knows in that planet.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. And what kind of tech skip is that?
It's a green
skip. It's a green and a yellow.
It's a green and a yellow? Intriguing.
Which is very nice for Nalu. It only counts as one for the...
I really just need the green. I need the green tech skip for a round. So I think that's where my votes would go.
Don't you need 2 and 2 colors?
Right, but then I could get gravity and...
Oh, yeah. Or you could get... If you have yellow, you could get transit and hyper.
Yeah. Transit's kind of garbage for me, though. But stuff moves around pretty good with graph drive anyway.
Yeah, that's your story.
I think I like that. I think I like that planet. He would have to choose, though. And you're not gonna... Are you gonna pick me? Why would you pick
if it's
me?
Tarman, then he gets to choose.
Right.
Well, I mean, you could ask nicely. Clinton's got a reputation for not screwing people on deals like right after he makes them. Like,
I mean, and you were going to be taking the planet back anyways, right?
I need it for tech as well.
For the tech, for the green skip, or for...
The yellow skip.
You need it for the yellow skip, shit. Well, I only need it for the green skip.
But tech,
tech's going to happen at the same time. There's not a way to do that. Never mind.
No, there is
Bummer.
there is about to be a way to do that.
This is true. Oh, this is rough.
In the expansion, Hakan can.
I could pay you just to vote for that planet.
I mean, this is true. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. At least then I'm still getting something out of it.
You want 2 trade goods?
2 trade goods is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many votes you got?
16.
All on it?
And they're all going on it. So, where's my dice?
Mike, are you voting?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I have 6 votes.
So you have 6 going to. So we're going to
7 votes for this.
7 votes. So we're going to 23.
Yep. Clinton,
14.
23. Yeah. Up to $1 billion.
37.
37. Cool. Going to 37, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
$37-0.
Yeah.
Abstain.
Neat.
Okay, that goes to.
So the infantry gets blown up.
So Clinton, where?
And then
are
you can choose. Yeah. And you get to put an infantry on the planet.
Then I get the planets.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thanks.
Interesting. Extreme lack of writers in this game.
Yep.
It's interesting. Cool.
There's been some good writer play.
There it is. And it went off too, right?
Do you want tech prior grant?
That'd be nice. Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I don't need tech right now.
It's less important now, oddly enough. It's actually.
I'll go ahead and get into command tokens.
Sure.
I talked me into it.
It's actually suddenly tech is way less important now that the spend data influence came out.
I mean,
for this round specifically.
Are you planning to take tech if I don't? I'm not trying to screw you here.
No, you're fine. I actually think I'm not going to take tech this round, since I didn't get that skill. I only need research 1 and spend 8 influence. So, I will not be taking tech. You're welcome to take it if you would like.
I might.
I won't stop you.
I could research. I really don't need 2 techs.
So, at that point, tech is $4.
I guess.
Oh, I guess it's $4 in the strategy token. So, it's like almost 7. It's like 6.
Leadership or trade is probably better than tech, though, if I don't need 2 techs.
That's fair. Trade's really good. It boggles my mind. I think people underrate trade so much as a pick.
Yeah, I think my move is probably take leadership and clear out and then attack from my space.
Okay. Yeah.
Leadership.
Okay. I'm actually going to take construction. Okay. $3 is a little.
I will take tech.
Cool.
Oh, great! You guys are gonna let Clinton get Imperial.
That's
it's a team effort, boys.
I'll say this.
If you don't want to take Imperial, take Imperial.
If you have an extra public objective to score this round, Imperial is really good for you.
John, you won't pay me anything to take Imperial?
What I will do is, if you take Imperial and promise not to attack me further here, I will give you a turn to. Instead of attacking you on my first turn, I'll give you a turn where I don't attack you.
I will point out that it would be the only effect of you picking Imperial is that I would have to spend 3 trade goods to take it back from you because of quantum data.
This is true.
Oh, you have quantum data done?
He gets.
He doesn't. What? He doesn't spend 3 trade goods. He gives them to you. Would you like 3 free trade goods? I think he's telling you.
I take Imperial.
You take Imperial, and he gives you 3 trade goods.
And then I get you something else.
No, he'll switch it with whatever he has.
Oh.
But
yes,
but at this point, it's not so bad. Kind of. Like, he's probably going to get switched with. He'll probably take diplomacy and then switch it with. Although trade wouldn't be taken this round, then that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about 5-player. That's the thing I really like about 5-player is just the factor.
I'm saying that's out there. That's.
It sounds to me like what he's saying is that if you will take Imperial, he'll give you 3 trade goods. I like that. And if you'll take Imperial and agree to not encroach any further, I'll give you at least 1 turn to clear out or play your strategy card or whatever.
How nice of you.
He's taking Imperial.
Are you agreeing not to encroach any further over here?
For now.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good
answer.
Whose
For my
support
first
point
turn,
is this?
Sure. Okay.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
can I get one of your tokens?
Oh yeah, I'm on my footballs.
1,
Oh, you're fine.
2, 3, 4. So the score of the board looks
Trade?
correct.
Yes.
Trade.
I just goofed.
At the end of the strategy phase. What is that?
And spend your command token as well.
Whew, man, this is spicy.
Alright, so
Command token. Here we go.
0, 1, 5, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got this, Clinton.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Interesting. All right, so is it me?
Oh,
Are we at the top?
Yeah, there.
But we started at the
There's a
bottom.
very powerful infantry race that can
I'm going to go ahead and
Decent
mining
round
initiative
combat.
on my 3
For 3?
for 3.
There you go, 3 trade goods.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, do you want this back now that you can hold on to it?
Sure. Yeah.
Alright, I believe I still owe you one, so.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I appreciate it. Yeah. Have to. That's fine. Thanks, bud.
Just bill us you for 1.
No.
I'll ability shoot one.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You get an action card. That's a transaction.
What's that? Oh.
You
Or
did
did
a
you want it?
transaction.
Oh, that's fine.
There you go. Perfect.
It's fine.
Okay, so are y'all done?
Sure.
So will you move out, or at least not encroach further, including attacking my stuff?
Yeah, I'm not going to move out.
Okay,
He
or
likes
at least
the-
not encroach on my stuff further, including this planet.
Sure.
Would you voluntarily move out at some point this round, or do I have to fight for it if I want it back?
Let's see.
Okay. Not giving me a lot of confidence, but I said I would
No, this does not. This does not bode well for Barony.
I did say I would give you at least 1 turn, and I will stick to that.
That's fair.
Oh, that beta wormhole just doesn't go nowhere now, does it?
Really? No. Yeah.
It comes to my house. It doesn't go to your house.
3, 6,
That's fine.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's spend 8 influence, is it?
Mhm.
It's not 8 resources. Okay.
Correct. You have $1 million.
Right, $1 million of which I can spend 0. So I'm probably going to blow it all on tokens and only waste Techron. That's leadership. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, I'll get 8 tokens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the same combination on my luggage.
I'll pass it. Yeah.
Oh, I got the token laugh. That's
Spaceballs, yeah.
It's very considerate.
Alright, that's what I'm here for.
Alright, I'll get 2 tokens.
Alright, I'm only getting 8.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken.
Oh, me getting 8.
So many good quotes from that movie.
It's amazing. It's phenomenal.
Okay, so I want to do construction. I want to do tech. I want to do Imperial.
Of course, for me, and one of the things that's interesting, the guy that's combing with their comb in the desert. Like,
Yeah,
literally
we ain't found.
Yeah, turns out that's Tuvok from.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy cow, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was a fun series. It's super good.
And I have heard behind the scenes that she was quite the joker on that Voyager set.
I'll go up to 4 in fleet. Strategy and 6 in tactic.
Counting with Barony, he has 4 in fleet.
Yeah.
He has 4 in fleet.
Yeah. You got it.
The problem is the audio doesn't pick up the hand signals of the fingers.
Exactly.
Jonathan has 6 fingers up right now.
Yeah.
What strategy card did you?
Is everybody done with leadership?
I'm done with leadership.
Yes, true.
Mike, are
everybody
you
else
done
done?
with leadership?
Yeah, I'm not doing
Matthew?
leadership this time.
Done, yep.
Clinton, are you done with leadership?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So it's up to somebody else.
That's not me yet.
5.
Matthew.
Okay, I will do trade.
Lovely.
Trade.
Trade goods.
Does everybody have their own trade agreement right now? That
I have
can't be
your own
right.
Clinton, you
Yeah, I was gonna say that can't be possible.
And then I'll give you this back.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Playing a con? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I've just never been the neighbor
You
of
can replenish
Mintac, so I've been trying to.
Alright. I need 4.
I mean, if I could research more, something would be amazing. If I was an expert, I could get mirror computing. This would be insane. It's not doing much in my
Next.
pocket though.
So you're done?
Yeah, you want to do a 2 for 2?
Yeah, let's do that.
Take one of those.
Of course. Of course you will.
Yeah,
Question: are you gonna take self-replenish?
very unlikely with the number of tokens.
Okay.
I very need these are for 2 specific things.
Okay.
Well, I'll do-
Well, I'm
John's
gonna.
replenishes commodities for
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If I spend my token, will you wash me out here in a minute in the interest of good relations? Like once I'm able to do it without getting pillaged?
Yeah, that's probably fine.
I appreciate
All
it.
right. Yes. All right. I'm done technology.
Okay. Neat. Let's save some time. I'm not red tech skipping this round.
Light wave deflector.
Hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Gravity drive.
Gravity drive.
Neat.
And I've got my Ops 2. Spec Ops 2.
Spec Ops 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
So you have Carrier 2 and Spec Ops 2?
I've got Advanced Carrier 2
You've
and
almost
Spec Ops.
completed the Federation Assault Triforce, which is the bottom row. Boom, boom, boom.
I'll wash those 2 for you.
I have a dream.
Hey, go. Oh yeah, you're good.
You're
Yeah.
Of which you're going to steal one, right?
I
You
have
have to have 3.
yeah, I have a dream someday of like actually building Space Dock 2 and using it with a faction.
Ah, nice.
All right.
I just
I've done that a few times. I don't see that.
Okay, Imperial is your turn if everyone's done, of course.
I'm not done with tech.
All right.
I'm either going to Dreadnoughts or L4 Disruptors.
those are all good. L4 disruptors are interesting. I have mixed emotions on them.
Well, the nice thing about L4 is it sets them up nicely for objectives, so that's the one I'm going to
Yeah. That's fair. It's
Alright,
fair.
Clinton's turn.
Welcome to the turn nobody builds ships.
Except you.
I could if I want to.
Oh, but you spent all your resources.
Yeah. Yep.
You had so many trade goods, you might want to hedge and
you've got
at least do some kind of a belt with a couple trade goods.
got
Strong
construction.
consideration.
Double E comes up and you're one side panda. And it's going to be a double random draw. If not a triple with a veto.
This is true.
Alright, Clinton's turn.
I would
Oh,
take,
he's doing Imperial.
So, do you have a public you can score? You can do an influence?
So we'll give him as 1 point for
So two techs in each of two colors.
Two techs and two colors.
Another one for Imperial.
Hey guys,
He's at 7.
7.
I can't take Clinton off of Mechatol. One of you needs to do it.
Okay.
You
like, why don't the three of you discuss it? Like, there's a way.
Well, it looks like Matthew and I are in the best position to do it, but
Wait, and you got your Mechatol point
Who
also.
goes
right?
next?
you guys make top point.
It's me.
If Clinton has Mechatol at the start of his first action next round, and Imperial,
I am doing the
win,
secondary.
right then. Do you have 2 unit upgrades already? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Gravity ready drive?
I have grab drive.
Mike does too.
So, yeah.
Are you guys getting secrets?
Yes.
I'll dress again, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all 4 of us are getting secrets.
Okay. And this is everybody's third total, counting scored and unscored combined,
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, that's right. You okay?
All right. Oh, 0.
I think given the proximity of ground forces to Mechatol right now, he's got. Well, I don't know. He's got a carry. He can bring a lot to Mechatol.
You have my ceasefire, and I have your support to the throne.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy to help somebody by paying them or something, but I'm not the one that's going to take Mechatol from you.
Oh, I know this.
I'm just saying that's.
I'm just wondering if somebody can hold it against you because I'm looking at selling Mechatol.
Maybe. I don't know.
Would you be interested? I could make it extremely easy for you to go to Mechatol, especially since you go right after I do. Because you go right after I do.
You're not wrong.
You just need to be able to hold it. Then you can start scoring your points.
I have little interest in taking Mechatol from you, at least in the near future. Like, you're at 3 and you're the least threatening person probably on the board.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I might ask for some token payment, but it would be relatively minimal.
I have to get it first. Mm-hmm. So what is the price of Mechatol? Like, I mean, what's the running?
1 trade good. In case that works.
Jonathan is looking amazed right now.
You give me 7 trade goods.
Okay.
I give you my trade agreement worth 6.
Okay. And then you.
And then in order to facilitate, what happens is it comes back around to my turn. I take this carrier. I take 4 off. I use transit diodes. I take another 4, and you're only left to deal with 2.
That.
And you can move right in with your gravity drive and drop 4.
Sure. I guess. Yeah. No, that's definitely
You don't
fine.
have to pay him until he moves, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So I am taking construction now, though.
Okay. I say secondary construction, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
It's super sad.
Super useful too. Okay.
So you. This has been errata, but it works basically the same way. You spend the token, and then you place that token into a system, if able, which is the system where you put the dock.
Okay.
Or PDS. So if you've already got the token in the system, like you did your home system PDS there, you would need to token that system, yeah. What you getting?
Probably this. It's just like made math really weird. That's weird. Because this is technically closer, but producing from this is garbage.
How's that garbage?
Because it's only 3 units at a time.
But that's
4.
Right.
So I guess it's similar. It's not much worse. And it is
That's
closer.
better, that's worse.
Yeah. I just don't expect to have Mechatol very long. It's very rude. Ugh, it's gross. So that's coming. I don't know how to do this. I'm so bad. I don't know that 3 of my infantry can beat 2 of his with the cards I have. Sorry.
You're okay, bud.
We can facilitate.
Oh, for sure. That's great.
We can facilitate. I can make the deal happen for you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's probably okay. That's fine. So I think we just double down on stuff over here.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
let's before the end of your turn.
Because that's gonna happen. Yeah.
If we're going to pursue this, let me give this to you now, so I don't get pennies
5,
twice.
6, 7. Oh, right. I see what you're saying. And then I'll have to discard a card, but it's fine because most of these cards.
Just wait exchange. Just give me the card to hold on to it for you.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, it's the same one.
Right.
And if for some reason you have to discard that, again,
Right.
won't be heartbroken.
Right.
That's okay. Sure. I'm just gonna give you the trigger now. That's fine. Oh no, I can't.
No,
I
please don't do
should
that.
not give it to you now.
Right.
That is wrong.
Your cat's over here going.
Excuse me.
Okay. This is weird. I had a plan, and now it's just gone awry.
At the start of the game or just recently?
No, like
As you
just
do.
this entire turn is completely turned
As you
everything
do.
around.
Every turn I've had a plan that's gone awry.
Am I actually going to get an Imperial point, or are you just going to give me 3 trade goods points?
What?
Right.
What's that?
If I even take Imperial next round. Like,
Well, hopefully
it's fine.
somebody takes it. If he's
Yeah,
got
someone other than Clinton is taking
Well, it
care
would
of.
have to be you,
Why?
because Speaker's not moving.
So he's last pick. It could be anybody.
No, I meant, like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Because if I have Megatron, I'm
So
going
are we
to
still
take
doing
Imperial.
construction?
Yes.
But he can take it from anybody.
This is true, yeah. Never
Has
mind.
everybody done construction but me?
I've done this.
It's fine.
Boom. That bounces because it'll go on Rentaro.
Okay. Cool.
You're gonna like this next move if I get a chance to do it. Anyway.
Of course.
John, your turn.
What does that mean? I like this next move if I get a chance to do it.
I'm pretty happy with whatever it is. I'm actually just kind of along for the ride right now. Just...
Alright, let's do this.
Hold off on doing that one turn.
Oh.
What's going on?
Just hold off on doing it. I'm not attacking you.
Just...
I've had some. I'm going to need more specifics to that for sure. Like,
It'll help you. You'll have a better chance at winning the game that way.
Just fair enough. What if
is it worth the net of a trade good?
You want one trade good?
Let me, no,
trade.
Take one trade good. Take one trade good.
So just a second.
He's going to try and extort you for more now.
No.
Now
I'm not going to try to extort you for anything else. I'm just trying to see what I can do. Because I might have to
load tactic tokens.
I'm right. I might have to burn a token on a supernova.
One trade good is not good.
One trade good is not. No, net.
Net one. Yeah,
I would
okay.
say
You could
net.
attack. You could attack Jonathan. That's one.
You could.
I don't want to attack Jonathan.
What? He's such a nice guy.
Do you need to go into or through the nebula?
No.
I don't want to waste the token. Like I've got enough that I can spare one, but I still hate that. If I had a useful stall, I would do it for a trade good, but I don't have a useful stall. So I don't even really want to put a ship in the nebula. But
I don't
that's
even
what
know.
have to do.
Can he even beat you in there?
With a dreadnought and 3 fighters?
It's possible. I don't know if I like it.
A dreadnought, a carrier, and 6 fighters, fighter 2s with
6
reroll.
fighters. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you need a useful stall?
Yeah. What do you got? Let's see. What do you need for it? Does this help you in some way?
Obviously you can't allow me to make a deal that helps me too much, given the point situation, so I'll take a minor advantage.
This is a useless stall to me. What? Actually, it may not be totally useless. Let me see how many culturals I've got.
Ooh.
That answers that question.
What do you need for that?
Well, I will promise you that.
I give him my 2 commodities.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's
if I
like a game of 1 point.
Kevin?
Okay.
I am losing.
That's Moolah. Hey, you've officially broken your promise that you're going to play as Winu until you win with them.
This is true. I made that promise to you guys.
So,
or if you have action
fair
cards,
enough.
maybe I could.
It was weird. We got to pick from all over.
Do you have any junk, just trash action cards besides that?
I'm a junk action card. I'm about a whole turn behind, which is not great.
Then pick up Imperial.
We'll get there eventually. It's hard in a 5-player game.
Yep.
It's really easy in 4-player to get Imperial as often as you want.
Yeah.
It's
I'd be
always.
willing to give you this, I think, for both action
It's
cards,
funny.
provided that Matthew and I can make a deal at the same time.
Don't make it too expensive, though.
So, I have a pile of money here, but you still have
He still has a lot of money.
way more money than I do.
Too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's pillaged like 100 times.
Counting with Mentak. I'm getting
here's-
one trade.
So
One
it's gotta
One
have
trade.
to all work out timing wise.
Good stuff.
With Matthew also. So Matthew, here's what I'm willing to do.
I'm sitting on the
I'm
outside.
willing to, for my turn, activate this. It's in this fighter here. And we would do this transaction before I transacted with Matthew. We would do this at the start of my turn. And I'd be willing to do this for...
$1 million.
No?
I still don't know 100%. Ugh, that's gross.
Actually, I'm not worried about those two commodities right now.
I mean, who is?
Just for 2 trade goods and then you can polish one back is fine.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to do this transaction first. So nothing to pillage there. And then I will activate this when you give me 2 trade goods. And then you can take one back if you want. And I'll simplify it. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, forward to me.
Do you have any idea when the steps we're going to get here?
Nope. I was told expedited
Leave
shipping.
it.
Well, a whole bunch of boxes just
I prefer
arrived.
you
That
take it, but
is
it
from
doesn't really
Southern Harbor,
matter.
that's not the steps. Can promise. That's actually all the magic stuff for this weekend.
Okay.
No, my turn.
I'm sure it's a ludicrous amount of crap.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is it me?
Have to.
No, is it
Cool. Whatever you're comfortable with. This is a private
you have a
room,
big
so
stall?
I'm
Sure.
going to put a mask on here if you don't want to.
Oh, sure.
I really don't. So. All right, here we go.
Oh, this is exciting. I did not anticipate.
Oh.
Fight him!
Because technically,
All I
John's
gotta
going
do
to
is
just run
roll.
the room for the
That's all I'm
day.
saying.
I'm good at it.
You're playing Warhammer today, or what are you doing?
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
It's
Warhammer
usually
with
10
JK.
I just got up here a little early.
I got you.
Mikey,
All right. So first thing we'll do is bunker. At the start of an invasion, during this invasion, apply -4 to.
So
the
you're
results.
attacking, right?
You're attacking. Don't
So
do
yeah,
that.
don't play that. That's on defense.
But that's on defense. All right.
Yeah. What you
All right.
So did he not take his guys out? Is that what's going on?
I didn't have a chance.
How many infantry are you taking? Are you only taking
I'm only
2?
I'm only combating 2, so it's
You probably need to take more than that if you want to win.
all right.
Okay.
Probably. I could take 2 more.
How much fleet do you have? Fleet supply.
4.
you can take
You could bring another carrier and like 4 more infantry, I think.
Okay.
Isn't that
Yeah, I
correct?
could. Yes, I could do.
That would give you a real fighting chance at least. No guarantee, but you've got a real good chance there.
Right. So let's do this to reduce my.
Yeah, because you're traded, right?
Yeah.
So they're hitting on 6s, and yours are hitting on 8s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I do bombardment first.
So we do have a space combat
There-
barrel.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
whole carrier, buddy.
Okay.
So you got a dreadnought on a 5.
All right. Let's do dreadnought first.
Sure.
7.
Neat.
That's a hit. Missed. Carrier's dead once you play a card.
All right.
So you get to bombard if you want to.
Yeah, I
Do
do.
you have plasma scoring?
Plasma score. I do not.
So 1 die.
1 die. All right. 8.
That's a hit.
All right.
Yeah, bombard. So this guy's
Bombard the general.
So are you committing 6 on 7?
Guys, look at my 6. Yeah.
You got 9 times 6, so alright.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, you're set on 8, so set on 6s.
Let's see. I got
There were no
2 hits.
2 hits.
no bands.
8's right.
Yeah.
I think that's working.
One?
Or worse.
Right. Hold on.
With this group, I think
Don't
it's
sweep them yet. I see a hit. Do you see any more hits?
No.
All right. So yep, 2 on 1 hits.
Roger,
Roger.
Thanks.
I don't know if that card I gave you only applies to space combat. You might see.
Space combat.
Yeah. So he got 1 hit. So set the hit he got aside because we'll roll for gin synthesis at the end. So yeah, stack them aside, like not in the trash, but like aside somewhere. So we'll roll for
Probably there.
That's fine. I'll keep an eye on those.
Yeah, this only applies to space combat. So. All right. So 5 to however many hit.
It's you got 2 hits, right? Did you peel your 2 hits?
Yes.
So it's 5 on 7.
5 on 7.
Very close.
It is quite.
1, 2, 3 hits.
Yep.
I've got 7.
I got
Yeah.
that boom boom down.
If he gets a bad roll here, he might get it. 1, 2. I see 2, right? Because those are 7s. Yeah. Yep. 2 hits.
2
2 hits.
So
Versus
yep, it's 3 on
score how
4.
many?
Yep.
And there.
Yep.
And you scored 3 hits?
Yep.
Leave that there.
Yep.
Yeah, leave those. Remember.
Oh yeah.
You got to roll for those at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Down to 3 guys.
Yeah.
3 guys versus 4.
3
4.
versus
All right. At the very least, I'll make it easier for you guys to, one of you guys to take over.
Factuals.
1.
1. One. 2 on 3. So just stack 1 chip there. So 2 on 3. This is Clinton's. Here, I got 2 flies for you, Clinton. There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
So 2 on 3.
Whoa.
Oh.
That got away from me. So.
That's fine.
Good enough.
All right.
2
2 hits.
No hits.
No hits. Oh my goodness. The odds have switched massively in my favor. 2 on 1.
All right. Well, 2 hits.
That'll do it.
Okay, you got it.
Okay,
All right.
So, Mike,
Well done, sir.
roll 4 dice.
Roll all 4. Okay.
Yep. 4 dice. You got a 6, is that right?
1 6, yeah.
Yeah. And you need a 5 or better. So you get 1 of these. Put 1 of them on your infantry card and put 3 in the trash. Yeah, put 1 infantry on your card and the rest of the chips in the trash.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
So then, let's remember at the start of your next turn, you get that dude back on your card.
All right.
Start of your next turn.
Awesome.
Clinton, your turn. Did you get it in Mechatol yet?
He
Yeah,
did.
that changes things.
Yeah.
It does massively. Yeah. All right.
Did you already pay him for the planet?
He did.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oops.
He did. It's right there. All right.
Huh.
Well, I mean, technically, Clinton is no
There's
longer
only
stopping
one
you from
trade
doing
good,
that.
though.
Accurate assessment.
Yeah.
Oh, you might populate your
Yeah.
planets.
Oh, yeah. Can we put something to Achilles on?
Oh yeah, my footballs.
Yeah.
That's
Clinton, your turn.
all right.
This side. Huh.
Yeah, oh. Alright.
Did not anticipate that.
Let's do transit diodes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Clinton, I'm not trying to get you wiped out here, because if you're eliminated, I lose your support for the throne.
I know.
Okay. And then are you doing a turn or are you passing?
I'm doing a turn.
Okay.
And I will activate here.
Okay.
Gravity
Can
drive.
Can I pay you to keep that carrier there?
Huh?
No, I want to make sure I win.
Yeah.
Oh, were you attacking my guys?
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
No. The correct terminology is, am I retaking the planet you took from me?
Hold on, Clinton. Hold on. You keep that carrier there, or I'm going to take these planets.
Oof. Oof.
Just one carrier.
Rough. He's driving a hard bargain. You had an infantry here.
Sorry. Yeah.
you still well?
Yeah, I'm still aiming.
So you're gonna go 4v2.
Yes.
It's rough. All right, let's roll. That's 1, and I got 2 on a 7. Oh, I got a 7. I got a Jensen to roll.
Yeah.
You got him. And I missed. Here's my 2 Jensen rolls. Looking for 6s or better. Whiffed. Okay, that's how it be.
Crikey.
Okay, yeah. Sounded right there, but.
Alright.
Getting rough.
Yes.
Yeah. Not for me to take anymore.
Still try.
The math is awful against infantry too. From
If you had more bombardment, maybe.
yeah, if I had like one more.
Right.
So then we set it up to do it first turn next round, right?
Probably. Or second.
So I'm absolutely going to activate this system and put some stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're telling me, man.
Hold on.
Oh, no, you're fine. What's up?
Just trying to see if there's a way I can.
I mean, I don't think I can force it against 2 infantry. I could possibly win the space battle, but I definitely can't force it against 2 infantry. Because right now it'd be 2 on 2.
And you don't have the Big Mama. At least not right now.
So
I'll give you these 2 cards for 6 trade goods.
that's weird.
So basically, it's you're not losing money,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
but you get.
Sure.
All right.
So you can't do it all at once.
No, Mr. Pirate.
Oh. You can't do it all at once. 2 promissory notes.
Are you only allowed to trade one?
One promissory note per transaction.
I'll just put one first. When it comes back around to your turn, you can have the other one.
Seems good.
Whose turn is this?
It's going to mine now. Oh, hey, look at that. Neat. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't have to do anything. Wait, no, I did do something. That was bad.
Yeah. There was quite a lot that was done.
You don't need to do anything else, sir. Okay, thanks very much.
Things happened. Oh, God. This is so weird. Okay. This is the part where Jonathan tries to see through the matrix and fails.
Well, at least you know you're failing.
They sell snacks up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 million.
So many millions of dollars. It's absurd.
I don't think anything you're going to do involves me, so I'm going to.
This is true.
I was gonna like take my long ass break, like, but then I was like, this is gonna be so fast, and I'll go right after this turn.
Okay.
Let's take our long ass break after the
So
round.
Yeah.
Seems like more than enough time.
Clinton, I'll take a Snickers. I'll pay you back.
How considerate. Why are there no tech skips anywhere near me?
Hashtag competitive build.
Right? It's ridiculous.
Let's.
It hurts so bad. I have found one.
What's your schedule like this evening? What time do you need to get out of here?
5, 6-ish. I figured is.
Okay.
You've got a tech skip right there.
That one I can get this turn if I would like.
If we move quickly, we have a chance to do a 4-player game.
Oh, that's fair. So should I just Hail Mary then? That sounds like a good idea. Nah.
I'm not saying we should throw the game to Clinton, but
I don't know how we stop him.
We can blockade him Well,
you'd have to take one of his own systems. Like that's really.
Well, I mean,
Mechatol
technically, if he gets kind of smashed down, like there's not a lot of stage 2s you can score. What stage 1s hasn't he scored yet?
A lot.
No, I actually scored quite a few.
2 and 2. He hasn't scored what? 2 unit upgrades.
2 unit upgrades and spend 8 influence.
So 8 influence, we're not going to stop him.
No, he'll get to.
That puts
that's
him at
unquestionable.
Yeah, that puts him at 8.
Has he scored any secrets?
What 0, 1? He scored 1, and he has no more because he's been on.
He has been on Mechatol the whole time.
Yeah.
Fine, I need.
If anybody has public disgrace, by the way, one trick we can do is not pick Imperial and public disgrace him when he tries to pick it.
That's fine. I would like to have Imperial next round personally, but
well, I'm probably.
Well, you're picking second. You're picking second, so if John doesn't pick it, you pick it.
I'm not super hot on that.
If we see what the new stage 2 is, and we see that Clinton can score it automatically, I mean.
If we can't stop him, like we need to play at least through the strategy phase.
Yeah.
Because Clinton is.
Yeah.
At least, if we get to a point where like somebody's got a lock, I don't feel the need in a casual game to play it out.
No, that's fair.
I played a tournament game a while back where a guy had like a 98% lock, but I was like, look, there's a path in him, but it's like, well, you're just king making this guy, so like that'll be where like
right.
But I was like, well, we could do this.
Really want that carrier.
It was like a 1%, but it was like we could technically stop the 3 people that all had a win locked up in order to push the game out another round. It didn't come through.
Fair enough.
It literally didn't come through
4 and
because
7.
I put one bad read on one card in
none.
the guy's hand.
And then 1 hit 9.
Like one guy obviously had 5 dreadnoughts secret.
So let's just get rid of that guy.
One guy either had 5 dreadnoughts or 3 space docks.
All right. You can keep playing it out.
The other guy had 5 dreadnoughts, and the third guy had either 3 space docks or 4 KBS. But I didn't put it together. Right. This guy has 5 dreadnouts.
But she said I can use my 32 counter.
Sure.
That way.
Yeah.
Did you give me that Snickers?
Go up as often. No, I didn't.
Like I said, I made that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear you.
Good move, sir.
I'll get you some. Or you can take one of these.
I mean, I don't think that denied you objectives or anything like that. So.
Yeah, but did that nullify any agreements we had, or?
Oh, no, but it's up to you.
But
I'm just keeping my options open for
that's fine.
potential tech objectives.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. So what did I miss?
0.
Not as much as you might think.
John, your turn.
Did you do a turn or?
Yeah.
He just knocked out my carry.
That sucks.
So my dude's just stranded there. Yeah. No. But then again, your fighters at the stats rate get destroyed anyway, right?
Hybrid Crystal Fighter 2.
Oh, really?
They get to move on their own.
Oh, okay.
Shut.
They're hanging out.
All right.
They doing stuff.
They're there.
Okay. Sure.
That's cool.
Are you good with this now?
What did I tell that?
Yep. I'm gonna bring. Let me bring my stuff first. Carrier, 4 fighters, 2 infantry. Let me make sure that math works out. That's only 3 fleet. Yeah, I'm way good. And then I'll land 2 on Zobat. Yeah, thank you.
Yoink.
Actually, I'm gonna land 1 and 1.
All right, let's see if this works.
Dude, that's good. You know, piece of crunch bar.
No, I'm fine. Thank you, Ben.
I'm fine. I'll probably be going upstairs in a second anyway to get my own snacky stuff.
No.
No Animax?
Nope.
Okay, they hit it. 2 on a 5.
2 on a 5.
Got it.
Okay.
I have a secret.
Oh.
Use Space Cannon to destroy the last of the player's ship.
Oh, hey,
nice.
Kudos to you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, good job.
You've not scored any secrets yet. Okie dokie. Nalu is losing.
Oh, what's going on?
I would be impressed.
That was your turn?
I don't think
Pass.
we can count out
Pass,
a
okay.
4-player game.
Yeah, seems like a good time to pass. I will be back.
Roast.
Fair enough. It's bold.
Clint, your turn.
So do I just take the binary then? Maybe. No. It does not work the way I want. Very sad.
So,
Oh, was it my turn?
Yep.
Crap. Oh, people have passed. That's why. It's just me and you.
No.
Or is it?
It's Mike still in.
Mike is still in. Okay.
Oh, he did. Well, he gets his infantry back on his
home system.
Yeah.
And we grab him his infantry and put it on his strategy card. These guys fly ship.
Okay. So I have an agenda.
You said put it
on a strategy card.
So I need to move off of there and then produce there. And that's the only things I need to do this round.
For the last,
so
it'll work out if I just draw a quick, like a 1 or a 2 strategy card. I can blockade his home system.
Blockading is fine. You have to take one planet. Now he has 3 planets, so
he has that 0-1.
I could take all 3 of them.
Sure.
I mean, there's no reason to be that excessive.
Just for laughs, it'd be funny.
What?
It'd be funny just to see Clinton's reaction.
Yeah.
He'll be at 8, and technically he could try to eke out points off of secret objectives.
I want to not have to grab drive that, but that puts me at 4, so then I'd have to leave the destroyer. Actually puts me at 1 to 4. I'm already at 4, unless I leave one fighter.
Your fighters are half of least supply. You're
Right.
at
One,
2.5.
Sure. 1, 2.
You're at 2.5.
And I have 4 capacity?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
2.5.
Well, but I only have 3 fleet supply.
Right.
That's what we're working at.
But if you bring a carrier, then you're only at 3, with 3 spare capacity.
This is true.
You're at 3 with 3 spare capacity.
Yeah.
With 1 spare capacity. Your fault.
Sure. Neato Cheeto. It's interesting. Okay, right.
Can you figure talk out here?
No. Back in theory.
Yep.
I already grabbed drive. I don't move fast enough.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
You have phone call, and
Me?
also require your assistance upstairs.
No, that's fine.
Possibly, unless Tom can manage to find it before we get up there.
Oh,
Okay.
can't get it without them.
So if you reveal a stage 2 that looks easy, you think you can win, or?
Me?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I'm going to school the 8 influence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it depends. I mean, it depends. Maybe not. I don't know, because I mean, everybody's going to.
I'm play economic initiative and ready my cultural planets. That's my turn.
Back to Jonathan.
Yep.
And it's really not whether or not I think I can easily score it. It's whether you all think I can easily score it.
Spend 8 trade goods. I don't know. I don't know what the easy one would be.
Yeah, but these aren't going to be here. I have to
Yeah.
spend these on influence.
Probably something hard, like have 11 planets, 9 planets.
I have 11 technology planets.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's a card that I'm holding on to for. Wouldn't it be weird if I won a game?
It would be, well, we'll see.
Very odd.
Mike, what we did is we put your Jensen guy on your home planet. That was a forced move.
Yeah.
And then we put a guy from the reinforcements on that strategy card. That represents the guy that goes on your flagship.
All right.
You can do whatever you want, but in the status phase starter and whatever it says in your big sheet, I don't know. In the space area.
No, everything's back to normal basically on my end. And people say folks are buying more on mine, so I hope.
I'm gonna go get a refill. As we're waiting on Jonathan anyway.
Do you still live in Lee Summit, or did you move somewhere?
Mission Kansas.
Mission Kansas? Oh, Shiny Mission. Right. Okay. nice part of town.
It is. I like it.
Best restaurant in John County, as far as I'm concerned.
You ever thought about opening your clothing shop as like having a storefront?
Not really. Just so much more responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I like online only.
Yeah. Plus, you get such an hours in retail, you got to be there at a certain time. You can't leave. You know.
Manage employees.
Yeah.
So.
I thought about, I don't know why, but this is something I've wanted to do for a while now. I want to like pick up furniture, like old furniture that people don't want. Get it really super dirt cheap or free, like go around trash pickup day, whatever, and recondition it and sell it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, you're not going to make a whole lot of money at it, probably not enough to live on, but it'd be enough for extra money here and
But
there.
stuff people sell on Facebook Marketplace sometimes amazes me what prices people can get on Facebook Marketplace. You don't have to have a store that way. You just have like a storage unit or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, at my day job, in between cars, I've got like all this extra time. Man, I could have like a small desk or something there. I could be working on it and sanding it down and stuff between cars and basically adding to my income while I'm on the clock somewhere else. They're not going to care.
Do you drive around neighborhoods enough to notice stuff? Like you're driving this trash day, people leave stuff out. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but like even a desk that's like got stains or paints or scribble marks or the kids gotten a hold of that stuff. All this stuff can be reconditioned. I mean, you can sand it down smooth where it's just bare wood, and then restain it, and then repolyurethane it.
Sure.
And it's like brand spanking new.
Sure.
I mean, I could pick it up for nothing if it was on the curb, recondition it, turn around and sell it for $50.
Yeah. Sometimes too, what I've noticed is I built a couple of, what like a live edge table is, where it's like a piece of wood from a tree, and then you have that as a tabletop, and then you attach legs to it.
Oh, okay.
It's very easy to do. Like you get those things from people, and it's like for a little one like this, it's less than $30. And you can see people at antique stores selling those for like $300-$400. So the only thing that's kind of expensive are actually the legs and the place to attach the legs to. But you can just take that off of old furniture too.
Yeah, ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But people pay stupid money because they don't realize how easy it is to make your own.
Oh yeah. Like, oh, it's vintage.
Yeah.
$400.
Live edge. Oh. Yeah. You should. I thought about that too. Because I go to an auction sometimes on Thursday nights. The furniture is pretty cheap there. Nice furniture. It's a good auction.
Yeah, I thought about that. It'd be nice. It'd be cool to do something like that. But I don't know. Still thinking about it. My employer might be a dick and say, no, I'm sorry, you can't do that on the clock. I'll just sit here on my phone on the clock. You don't really care about that. The issue is the space. I could do it if I could do it at work and just do one piece of furniture at a time. It sells. Just do the next one, the next one, the next one.
Do you drive a car? Do you have a truck?
No car.
Okay. So that'd be something.
But I have an SUV that can fit in stuff in it. So.
Okay.
Well, it's not super huge, but like a small sewing desk or something like that. It's easy.
Yeah.
Chairs.
Yeah.
Tables, like you can do tables. Like just disassemble them because in the SUV they'll fit. That's something from my wife's when we first started dating. She was a single mom. She raised her kids, and she had this kitchen table that was just totally beat up. All the paint was chipped off, and it had stains, and it was just so tore up. And she, at the time, she just really, really, really wanted a new table. I mean, she just wanted it bad. Well, she went on vacation, and I had a key to her place because we were at that stage of dating. She went on vacation to visit family in Minnesota. So as soon as she left, I went into her mobile home that she was living in, and I disassembled the table, and I took it out. I took it over to my grandmother's house, which is where I was living at the time, and I had some power tools, and I reconditioned the entire table from scratch. Like, I did paint stripper, took off all the paint, and then sanded everything down. It looked like it was just raw wood table, like it was fresh off the factory floor when I was done with it. Sanded everything down super smooth, air dusted it off, got everything cleaned off, and then I put stain on it, polyurethane, several coats, sand it down, polyurethane, kept on doing that until I got this nice thick, even protective coat on it. Did that, and then on the frame and the legs, I painted those like a super gloss white paint.
Okay.
Several coats of that. it looked like you just bought it straight out of Nebraska Furniture Mart or something. I mean, it was freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, she came back and she saw that and she actually broke down in tears. She was like,
She knew it was her table, or did she think it was new?
no, she knew it was her table. I told her, but when I took the cover off, the blanket off, she was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. It's at our house right now. We still have it. Oh, sweet. The best thing about game day is the chocolate.
Do you need a paper towel?
No.
Do you want a snack?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if veggie straws were vegan or not.
Yeah, I'm good.
Potato starch, that's vegan, right?
Yeah, I've had them before. I'm not.
I bet it would say vegan on it somewhere if it's vegan. It says vegan.
So we doing one game or you guys go for a second?
So if we move along, we can maybe do a second. So what I'm hoping, because we're waiting on Jonathan, is that everybody knows what they're scoring in the status phase, what the plan for the phase and stuff.
Do we all lose?
What? It's your turn. We're waiting on you.
Dang it. Sorry.
Hey,
I think I have to build
I
a pass.
owe you $1, right?
Yeah, something like
Here,
that.
there's the first down payment.
Sure. That sounds neat.
Those look like drinkers.
Right.
How about 50 cents to 2 triggers?
Is that how that works? 6.
I'm gonna be real. For the level of enjoyment I get out of this game, it's probably more like $1 for a trade game.
That's fair. Seems reasonable. What a nice guy. This guy over here, man, he's the best.
This
Very-
is the first game with me too.
Very considerate. I can build 4 things out of there? That's great. That's not good at all.
I have a hard time at 6:30 to leave tonight, and that's not be done. That's
Yeah.
So like, if we play another
I
game,
see
we
what
have to
you're
be
doing.
done at like 6:15.
Yeah, I would have to be done long before that if I played another game. But you guys are welcome to.
Well, like, how late could you play assuming you didn't have to help it up?
Setting up isn't the issue. It's a matter of going home and making dinner for my wife.
Right.
Oh, sure.
So like, what time would you need to walk out the door here?
5:15, 5:30.
5:30. Okay.
5:30 is probably fair.
Okay. Well, if we hurry, we can probably play another game.
Okay.
It's not quite 2. Yeah.
Not quite 2.
So what did you do?
I built.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
With your building? Could I pay you to move these ships over there? It looks like you have the fleet supply to do that. I can give you. I want to borrow this plant for 1 turn.
Is that food?
Yeah, I can give you that, Joe.
It's like an exponential curve. Like it starts out like super small.
What's up?
And then like mid-game it starts to go up. And like
I'm
by
probably
the time
going
you
to be
get-
moving them
so
next
once
turn
somebody gets to
anyway,
the
but it's
point
just
of-
not happening next turn.
Boom, it just starts to slow way down.
You mean next
Yeah.
turn or next round?
Oh, I get what you were saying. Next round. Yeah, I really honestly kind of need those there.
I could throw
Going
it.
out an 8-player game.
It's not going to be it's a secret objective based thing. It's fine.
Yeah. Could
But
they
you
go somewhere
moving here
else?
is
Could they go here?
no. It's okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to head you off of the pass. It's not a purchasable thing right
I
now.
hope there's more
I don't have-
player game.
Yeah.
I got good.
Make things a little more decisive.
Would there be more fighting in an 8-player game than a 3-player game, for example?
Hopefully. No personalities clashing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. It's back to me, right?
Yeah.
I hate this part.
Yeah,
Chris.
fight 5 people.
Yeah, I know. And I think am I the only one acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm passing right after
Okay.
that.
Scoring? Let's be ready to score, guys.
All right.
So let's go in order real quick.
Yeah, I'm spinning 8 influence.
Yeah, let's be ready to pick up. All right. Are you scoring a secret?
I'm not scoring a secret
Okay.
this round.
5 action cards: Solar Flare, Direct Hit, Bribery, Intercept, Salvage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Red. So I'm moving red up 1, and I'm moving myself up 1 right now.
you're moving red up 2.
Moving red up 2.
Because red is also scoring 8 influence. I got the economic initiative I played, so 3, 6, 8 influence right there on my plants.
All right.
All right. So there's my 2 tokens for my secret, which I'll actually just tuck there. I like to do this stack secrets in sports.
Oh, that's probably fine.
And then
Fine.
right there, you got me up to 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that looks right for me. Okay, scoring.
Here's this one.
6 planets and non-home systems. No secret.
Okay.
That's fair.
Not scoring a secret, but I am scoring 2 unit upgrades.
Okay. Sheriff at 5. Clinton.
8 influence.
Okay, so you're spending 8 trade cards, right?
No secrets.
No secret objectives, no.
He has none, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so reveal public, guys. We're just going to flip this one a bit quick.
All right.
Control 5 planets. 5 planets with technology specialties.
Ooh.
Draw action cards. All right, here. Yeah, go ahead. You got your 2? Here's your 2.
Yeah.
Guys, does anybody need to discard? I get 2.
I do have to discard now.
You get 1, right?
Yep. 2.
I am at 7. So.
And there's one more part to this 3-parter. We're going to stop right here. And in the next round, we start doing level 2 objectives. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in part 3.
This podcast is Uncalled For is hosted, produced, and edited by Mike Chernevsky. Opening music is Fantasia by Kevin MacLeod at Incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. The closing music for all of the Twilight Imperium playthrough episodes is Badlands by Silicon Transmitter, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license. Additional music included Morocco Sting by Kevin MacLeod at Incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting platform. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/uncalledforpodcast, and check out our blog with show notes at uncalledfor.home.blog. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.